Let your body grow still as the breath softens, like moonlight settling over a quiet lake. With each gentle rise and fall, allow the day's weight to loosen its hold, drifting away like clouds dissolving into the night sky. In this calm space, take refuge in the wisdom of the Buddha, trusting the breath to guide you back to the peaceful center of your being. Let awareness bloom like a lotus opening in the soft glow of dawn, steady and unhurried. As your muscles ease and your thoughts grow quiet, feel yourself entering the vast, comforting stillness where all things arise and pass, and where you can finally rest. Settle gently into this moment, as though you are returning to a familiar doorway, the quiet threshold between wakefulness and rest. There is nothing to do, nothing to solve, nothing to fix. For now, the world beyond this moment can soften and drift into the distance. Here, in this small sanctuary of stillness, you are safe. You are home. Allow your breath to become your companion, steady and calm, waiting patiently to guide you inward. Begin by noticing the breath as it naturally rises and falls. No need to shape it or control it. Simply observe the gentle expansion and then the soft release. Feel the subtle rhythm of your breathing like the tide of a peaceful shore, arriving and departing with effortless grace. The Buddha often taught that the breath is a bridge, a path that connects the wandering mind back to the heart, back to the truth of presence. And so, with each inhale, imagine a quiet invitation to return. With each exhale, imagine letting go of whatever you carried here. Your breath has been with you from the very first moment of your life, a loyal companion, asking for nothing, yet offering everything. Tonight, allow its simplicity to comfort you. Feel how the inhale creates a gentle opening in the chest, a slight awakening, a widening of inner space. Feel how the exhale softens that space, releasing tension, releasing effort, releasing the day that now lies behind you. If your mind begins to drift, that is perfectly natural. The mind wanders as the wind does, moving from one place to another without needing a reason. When you notice it wandering, simply return to the breath. There is no judgment here. There is only the quiet rhythm of life moving through you, guiding you, steadying you. Now imagine that your breath is a warm lantern, glowing softly at the center of your chest. Each inhale brightens it. Each exhale spreads its light throughout your body, easing the tightness that has gathered in the small hidden corners. With every breath, the lantern glows a little more, illuminating the path inward where peace has been waiting. Feel the breath moving down into your belly, slow and full. Allow your abdomen to expand like a gentle wave rising, and as the exhale flows out, feel the body settling deeper, as if sinking into soft earth. The breath anchors you, holding you gently in this moment. You don't need to reach for anything. Stillness is already here. Let the breath travel now to the spaces where tension lingers. If your shoulders feel heavy, imagine the breath flowing into them, softening what has been tight. If your jaw holds the remnants of unspoken words or unexpressed fatigue, allow it to loosen with the next slow exhale. If your hands feel restless, allow the warmth of your breath's awareness to settle them, reminding them that rest is welcome. The Buddha taught that to follow the breath is to follow the path back to oneself. In this quiet space, you begin to feel that truth, not as a concept, but as a gentle unfolding. Each breath reveals more stillness within you. Each breath guides you deeper into your own peaceful presence. You begin to sense that beneath all the noise of the day, beneath the thoughts and worries and plans, there is a vast, spacious calm that has always been yours. Stay with the breath a little longer. Feel how each inhale gathers clarity, collecting the scattered pieces of your attention. Feel how each exhale releases them into softness. Like petals drifting onto the surface of a still pond. Breathing becomes a slow descent into tranquility, and the body begins to understand that it is safe to rest. Now bring gentle awareness to how the breath feels inside your body. Notice the coolness of the inhale at your nostrils. Notice the warmth of the exhale as it leaves. Notice how the chest rises without effort, how it softens without force. Let the breath remind you that peace requires no pushing, no striving. Peace comes when you allow yourself to be exactly where you are. As you continue breathing, begin to sense the body itself more clearly. The weight of it, the warmth of it, the way it rests against the surface beneath you. Your awareness gradually expands from the breath to the whole body, as though a soft light is spreading from your center outward, illuminating your physical form with gentle presence. The breath has guided you homeward, and now the body invites you to rest deeper. The quiet awareness you've cultivated begins to settle downward, grounding you, steadying you. The next teaching awaits within the simple wisdom of the body itself, ready to reveal how stillness can extend beyond the breath and into every muscle, every sensation, every corner of your being. And so, with one more slow inhale and one more soft release, allow your awareness to follow the body's gentle call, easing you into the next layer of calm awaiting you in the chapter ahead. Let your awareness drift gently from the breath into the quiet landscape of your body. There is no rush, no expectation, only the soft unfolding of sensation as you settle deeper into rest. Feel the weight of your body supported beneath you, held without condition, just as you are. The Buddha often spoke of the body as a doorway to understanding, a living reminder that all things arise, linger for a while and pass. Tonight, allow this body, your first home, to become a place of comfort rather than tension, a place where you can finally set aside everything you have carried. Begin by noticing the subtle warmth in your chest, the space the breath has opened. Let that warmth travel outward, flowing into your shoulders. Imagine those shoulders softening, like snow, melting under gentle morning sun. Release the quiet burdens they've held, the conversations you replayed, the tasks unfinished, the worries that pressed against you. With each exhale, allow those burdens to dissolve, leaving behind only ease. Now feel the weight of your arms resting at your sides. Notice how they no longer need to reach for anything, no longer need to carry or grasp. They can simply rest. Let a soft awareness move down through your elbows, your forearms, your hands. Perhaps your fingers uncurl without effort, as though finally remembering what it feels like to be free. Sense the warmth gathering there, your body's quiet gratitude for being acknowledged with gentleness. Bring your attention to your neck and jaw. These spaces often hold the echoes of unspoken words, private worries, and moments of restraint. Let your jaw loosen, the muscles around your mouth softening until your whole face relaxes. Imagine moonlight flowing over your features, smoothing them, relieving them, inviting them into stillness. Let the breath glide into your throat, easing the space behind the tongue, and continue its descent into deeper regions of the body. The gentle rise and fall of your torso becomes a rhythmic lullaby. Notice how your ribcage expands with grace, then settles naturally. Feel your abdomen soften, no longer drawn tight by effort or concern. Let the belly relax into fullness, like the rounded curve of a lotus bud resting on still water. As your breath deepens, your body receives the message. It is safe now. It may surrender to rest. Sense the length of your spine resting quietly against the earth. Each vertebrae, each small muscle around it, begins to release. Imagine your spine as a tall, grounded tree, once buffeted by winds, but now sheltered in a calm forest where nothing disturbs it. Feel the strength there, not from tension, but from deep alignment with presence. Let this grounded feeling spread downward into your hips, where so much of life's strain is stored. Picture any tightness melting away like mist lifted by dawn. Move your awareness into your legs. Your thighs soften, releasing the impressions of every step, every movement, every responsibility they've helped you bear today. Your knees loosen, unhinging from the day's subtle strain. Your calves relax, your ankles release, and finally your feet rest completely, no longer propelling you forward, no longer carrying weight. They too are allowed to be still. Feel your entire body now as one field of gentle sensation, warm, soft, grounded. You may notice small areas of lingering tightness. Rather than resisting them, simply invite them into the same ease that surrounds the rest of your body. Sometimes tension lingers because it is waiting for kindness. Offer it that kindness now. Let your breath gather around these places like a caring hand, easing, soothing, reminding them that rest is possible. In this softened state, sense how the body begins to speak in quieter tones. Perhaps it whispers, "I am here." Perhaps it whispers, "Thank you." The Buddha taught that when the body is calm, the mind naturally becomes clearer, more spacious. As your body settles, you may feel your thoughts slowing, becoming lighter, as if drifting to the edges of your awareness. The body's wisdom is simple. When it feels safe, the heart can open. When it feels supported, the mind can rest. Notice the gentle comfort spreading through you now. Feel how the body, once tense and alert, has become a refuge. This quiet refuge is always available, though it is often overlooked. Tonight, you have returned to it. You have allowed your body the gift of release, and in doing so, you have offered the mind a place of peace. As your body continues to rest more deeply, you may begin to sense another layer beneath physical sensation, a subtle emotional landscape that often lies unnoticed during the day. With the body now soft and grounded, this inner landscape becomes easier to approach, not with judgment, but with tenderness. The stillness you've created opens the way to gently observe the feelings and emotional currents that remain, waiting to be understood. And so, with the body quiet and the breath steady, let your awareness begin to lean softly toward these delicate inner waters, ready to explore them with the same calm presence that now surrounds you. As your body rests more deeply, imagine your inner world as a still pond, touched only by the faint ripples of emotion. These ripples rise and fade naturally, shaped by the winds of experience, thought, and memory. There is no need to chase them or push them away. Simply observe them as they are, movements within a wider, quieter space. The Buddha taught that emotions, like all phenomena, are impermanent. They appear, swell, shift, and dissolve when given gentle attention. Tonight, allow yourself to witness them with the same softness you have offered to your breath and body. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest, the place where emotions often linger. You might sense warmth, tightness, spaciousness, or perhaps nothing at all. Whatever you find, let it be enough. You aren't here to fix anything. You are here to meet your emotions the way a calm lake greets falling rain, with openness and acceptance. Let every sensation be welcomed, just as it is. Imagine that each emotion within you, whether worry, sadness, hope, or tenderness, is a small ripple moving across the surface of a tranquil pond. Rather than resisting these ripples, allow them to unfold. Watch how they appear, expand, soften, and gradually fade into stillness. Notice how no ripple remains forever. This is the nature of the heart, constantly responding, constantly shifting, constantly returning to equilibrium when not disturbed by grasping or fear. If a strong emotion appears, treat it with the same gentleness you would offer a small bird resting in your hands. Feel its flutter, its shape, its presence. Then let it settle. Emotions that feel heavy often want nothing more than your quiet acknowledgement. When you stop tightening around them, they begin to loosen on their own. With each breath, you create more space. Space for the emotion to be seen. Space for it to rest. Space for it to fade. Now allow yourself to sense any emotional residue left from the day. Perhaps something unspoken still lingers in your chest, or a trace of worry clings to the edges of your mind. Picture these feelings dissolving like ink placed in clear water, spreading, thinning, dispersing until only clarity remains. You don't need to rush this process. Simply let awareness hold these feelings with patience, the way calm water reflects the moon without effort. If you notice a subtle tension around your heart, breathe gently into that space. Let your inhale bring softness. Let your exhale carry away the remnants of strain. You may feel waves of ease begin to move outward, like soothing ripples expanding across the pond's surface. Emotional stillness doesn't come from pushing feelings away. It comes from letting them be seen fully, held lightly, and allowed to drift. In this moment, you are cultivating one of the Buddha's deepest teachings, the ability to witness without clinging. You observe the arising of emotion, the fullness of it, and the passing away, just as you would observe clouds passing across the sky. This gentle witnessing opens a doorway within you, revealing a deeper peace beneath all shifting experience. As the mind grows quieter, you may sense that the emotions you once feared or resisted now soften simply because you are no longer battling them. Feel how spacious your inner world becomes when you allow emotions to flow naturally. You are not the ripples. You are the stillness beneath them. You are not the passing storm. You are the open sky that holds it. This understanding brings ease to the heart, allowing rest to deepen. The more gently you observe your emotions, the more they settle, like sediment drifting to the bottom of a clear pool. If new feelings arise, perhaps unexpected, perhaps familiar, greet them with the same ease. I see you, you might say silently. You are allowed to be here. This inner permission disarms the turmoil and leaves behind only gentle movement. Over time, the ripples soften. Over time, the water clears. Over time, you begin to sense the still depth beneath everything you feel. Now rest in that depth for a few breaths. Let the quietness expand. Let the emotional waters settle until they reflect only calm. Feel the quiet reassurance that nothing within you is too much, too intense, or too heavy to be held in awareness. This is the heart's capacity to hold everything gently and release everything in its own time. As the emotional landscape becomes more serene, you begin to notice another layer beneath it, a subtle current of thought, patterns of the mind that shape how emotions arise and dissolve. With the emotions now softened and the heart at ease, you are ready to observe these movements with clarity. The still pond prepares the way for deeper insight, inviting you to look quietly into the nature of thought itself. As your emotions settle into a quiet, gentle rhythm, bring your awareness a little higher, into the spacious field of the mind. Here, thoughts may still linger, some clear, some hazy, some arriving suddenly, others fading before they take shape. There is no need to engage with them. You are not here to wrestle with the mind or tame it. You are simply here to watch, to witness, to rest in the softness of awareness itself. Imagine your mind as a wide, open sky at dusk, endless, tranquil, unbounded. Thoughts drift through this sky like passing clouds. Some are light and delicate, barely taking form before they dissolve into the vastness. Others are thicker, heavier, perhaps carrying traces of old stories or worries. Yet no matter how large or small, every cloud eventually changes shape, moves on, or disappears. The sky remains. The sky is never harmed by what passes through it. Let each thought be just another cloud. When a thought arises, recognize it gently. Here is thinking, you might say inwardly, without judgment, without resistance. Notice the texture of the thought, its tone, its speed, its weight. Then allow it to drift. Do not chase it. Do not cling to it. Let it move at its own pace across the spaciousness of your awareness. If a thought returns again and again, treat it with patience. Imagine it as a cloud circling back, perhaps uncertain of where it belongs. Meet it with compassion and watch it once more. Eventually, it too will pass. In this practice, the mind learns it does not need to fight itself. It only needs to be seen. Now bring your attention to the rhythm of your breath again, not to control it, but to use it as a gentle anchor while thoughts float by. Each inhale expands your inner sky, giving space to whatever arises. Each exhale softens the edges of thought, allowing them to dissolve naturally. Feel how the breath keeps you rooted, even as the mind moves freely. You may notice gaps between thoughts, small pockets of quiet, like brief moments when the clouds part and reveal the vast blue behind them. These moments may last a breath or a heartbeat, or even just a fraction of a second. Honor them. They are reminders of the spacious awareness within you, a peaceful clarity that does not depend on the absence of thought, but on your willingness to release the need to grasp. If the mind becomes busy, that is completely natural. The mind thinks just as the heart beats and the lungs breathe. Thinking is not a problem. Attachment to thinking is where rest becomes difficult. Let busy thoughts move through like a flurry of clouds blown by a passing wind. Allow them to come. Allow them to go. You remain in the sky of awareness, untouched. Feel the softness that grows as you cease to chase your thoughts. Notice how the mind begins to unravel its tension, how it loosens its grip on the day's concerns. Thoughts that once felt heavy now begin to lighten. Thoughts that once clung tightly now begin to float. This gentle practice teaches the mind that it can rest without needing everything to be resolved. Allow yourself to rest in this spaciousness for a few moments. Sense how quiet the mind becomes when you stop feeding it with fear, expectation, or urgency. There may still be thoughts, but they no longer pull you. They move like silent birds across a wide horizon, beauty in motion, yet distant, unobtrusive. If a thought arises that stirs emotion, meet it with tenderness. Watch it, breathe with it, and let it drift. Feel how the awareness behind the thought remains steady and peaceful. In this way, you begin to experience the mind not as a storm, but as a vast open space through which storms may pass, leaving no lasting trace. With each passing moment, your thoughts grow lighter and more transparent. The mind becomes clearer, more spacious, more at ease. Beneath the shifting clouds, you begin to sense something profound, a faint whisper of wisdom, a quiet recognition of the nature of all things. Just as thoughts arise and pass, so too do all experiences in life. Everything changes. Everything flows. Stay with this awareness gently, allowing the mind to settle into its natural clarity. Feel the soft peace that comes from letting go of control and resting in observation. The Buddha taught, that in understanding the movement of the mind, we glimpse the deeper truth of impermanence, a truth that brings not fear, but profound freedom. And as the quiet sky of your mind opens fully, the understanding of change begins to shimmer gently at the edges of your awareness, guiding you toward the next layer of wisdom waiting to unfold. Rest now in the soft spaciousness of your mind, where thoughts drift like passing clouds and nothing clings for long. In this quiet clarity, you can begin to sense one of the most gentle and liberating truths the Buddha offered. Everything changes. Every breath rises and falls. Every feeling blooms and fades. Every thought appears, moves through you, and dissolves into stillness again. Impermanence is not something to fear. It is the rhythm of life, the natural unfolding that allows peace to emerge when we stop resisting what was never meant to stay. With your next slow inhale, feel the air entering your body as a new moment. With your exhale, feel that moment release, never to return in exactly the same way. Each breath is a teacher. Each breath reminds you that the present is always shifting, always renewing. The inhale cannot be held forever. The exhale cannot be forced away. Both come and go with effortless grace. Let yourself mirror that grace now, allowing your body and mind to soften into the flow of change. Imagine yourself sitting beside a quiet river at dusk. The water moves steadily, never holding onto any leaf, branch, or reflection. Everything that touches the river is carried gently onward. The river does not cling. It does not resist. It moves with the natural unfolding of all things. Tonight, let your heart become like that river, willing to feel, willing to release, willing to trust the flow. Notice the subtle shifts happening within you even in this moment. The way your breath has grown softer, the way your muscles have loosened, the way your thoughts have thinned and drifted into the distance. Change is happening constantly, quietly reshaping your inner landscape. Instead of holding on to the remnants of the day, old worries, lingering stress, allow them to move through you like leaves on water. You do not have to push them. You do not have to pull them. Just watch them move with gentle acceptance. The Buddha taught that clinging is the root of suffering, because we try to hold on to things that cannot remain. We grasp at moments that are already fading, memories that have completed their story, expectations that weigh heavily on the heart. But in this soft space of rest, feel how freeing it is to let things be just as they are. The day has already passed. The future has not yet arrived. All you need to hold is this moment, and even this moment is meant to flow. As you allow this truth to settle into your body, see if you can sense a lightness emerging, a quiet relief. You no longer need to fight the natural movement of life. You no longer need to tighten around what is changing. Instead, you can rest in the understanding that every feeling, every thought, every moment will rise, transform, and pass. Nothing stays fixed, not tension, not worry, not even sorrow. Let this awareness soften you further. Feel the way your breath keeps guiding you, like a gentle wave arriving and receding. On the inhale, allow yourself to receive this moment fully. On the exhale, let go of trying to hold it. This is the practice of impermanence, a steady opening into peace. When you understand that everything flows, you can meet each experience with tenderness, knowing it will not overwhelm you. It too will pass. Imagine now the night sky above you, stars shimmering softly. Even the stars, appearing so still, are in constant motion. The world changes in every moment. Your life changes in every moment. And with each shift, there is an opportunity to step more gently, to loosen the heart's grip, to breathe into a deeper sense of calm. Notice how accepting impermanence creates room for ease to enter. Let yourself rest in the heart's quiet wisdom now. Feel its gentle recognition. I do not need to hold everything. I do not need to control everything. I can let life move. As this understanding deepens, your whole being begins to settle, layers of tension dissolving, layers of worry loosening, layers of expectation melting away. Impermanence becomes a refuge, a reminder that you are not trapped in any moment, emotion, or thought. You may begin to sense a soft spaciousness expanding inside you, as though the understanding of impermanence has opened a window, letting fresh air move through your inner world. Let that air carry away the remnants of the day. Let it clear the mind and lighten the heart. As the river of your breath continues its steady flow, a natural curiosity arises about the path that leads toward freedom, the path the Buddha illuminated with compassion and clarity. Having felt the peace that comes from releasing your hold on what changes, you are now ready to walk gently toward the deeper wisdom awaiting you. As you rest in the soft awareness of impermanence, feel a quiet openness forming within you, an inner clearing where wisdom can gently take root. The Buddha spoke often of a path that leads away from suffering and toward peace, a path not built on rigid rules, but on understanding, compassion, and mindful living. This path, known as the Noble Eightfold Way, is a guide for the heart, a lantern that illuminates the steps toward freedom. Tonight, we approach this path not as scholars or seekers of perfection, but as weary travelers laying down the burdens of the day, allowing wisdom to settle upon us like a warm, soothing light. Take a slow breath in, and imagine that with each inhale, clarity enters your mind. With each exhale, confusion dissolves. The noble path is not a distant mountain to climb. It begins here, in the stillness of your breath, in the quiet turning of your attention inward. It starts with the simple willingness to see clearly, to act kindly, and to rest in awareness. Feel how natural this is, like aligning yourself with a gentle current that has always been guiding you forward. The Buddha taught that peace is not found by escaping life, but by understanding it. Every step on the noble path is an invitation to wake up gently to the truths that hold you, shape you, and move through you. It is a path walked with humility and tenderness. There is no demand to be perfect, no pressure to achieve anything tonight. All that is asked is presence, soft, patient presence. Feel your breath deepen as you allow this understanding to unfold. Let your mind drift to ancient Bodh Gaya, where the Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree and awakened to the nature of all things. Imagine the quiet of that place, the rustle of leaves, the soft earth beneath him, the steady rhythm of his breathing. He did not force enlightenment. He rested into it, opened to it, allowed truth to reveal itself. You too can lean into this soft openness, letting the wisdom of the path arise naturally from your own calmness. The noble path is composed of 8 gentle principles, but tonight we touch them only in essence, feeling the spirit behind them rather than analyzing their structure. At its heart, the path is about aligning your thoughts, actions, and intentions with peace. It is about living with clarity instead of confusion, kindness instead of harm, awareness instead of reactivity. As these qualities settle into your awareness, feel a subtle warmth spreading through your chest, as though the heart recognizes a truth it has always known. Take another slow breath. Let it steady you. Let it soften you. As you breathe, consider how peaceful life becomes when you no longer cling to fixed ideas, when you no longer push against the natural flow of change. The path invites you to see clearly, to let go gently, and to act from compassion rather than fear. You don't need to walk it perfectly. You only need to walk it sincerely, Let your awareness drift over the moments of your day. Notice where your thoughts were tangled, where your emotions felt heavy, where your actions may have been hurried or tightened. Now imagine each of those moments resting in the soft palms of compassion. Nothing to fix, nothing to undo, just recognition and release. This, too, is part of the path, meeting your own imperfections with kindness. The noble path teaches that suffering eases when clarity arises, and clarity arises when the mind becomes still. You are cultivating that stillness now. Feel how your breath continues to guide you, steady, comforting, like a lantern glowing in the dark. Within this glow, your heart begins to understand. Peace is not found through effort, but through alignment, through living in harmony with wisdom, compassion, and presence. Imagine now that you are walking slowly along a quiet forest path at twilight. The air is cool, the trees gently sway, and each step feels soft beneath your feet. You move not with urgency, but with calm intention. This forest path represents the noble eightfold path, steady, guiding, serene. Each step forward feels lighter, as though the weight you carried has begun to slip away naturally. In the hush of this imagined forest, a gentle understanding begins to take shape. To walk the path is first to see the path, to see life clearly, to see yourself clearly, to recognize the patterns that bring peace and the ones that bring suffering. This clarity, this right view, is the first step, the foundation that allows all other steps to unfold with ease. And so, as the forest grows quieter and the light softens into dusk, your awareness turns gently toward this first step, the understanding that shapes your perception, your choices, and your peace. Settle once more into the quiet rhythm of your breathing, letting the softness of your inhale and the ease of your exhale bring you deeper into stillness. Here, in this gentle space, the mind is clear enough to begin seeing the world and yourself with calm, unhurried perception. This is the beginning of right view, the first step on the noble path, the foundation that allows wisdom to grow naturally. Right view is not about judging what you perceive, nor forcing yourself to adopt rigid beliefs. It is the practice of looking directly, with honesty and tenderness, at the truth of things as they really are. Let your awareness expand like the slow opening of a lotus at dawn. Allow it to illuminate the simple realities of life. Everything changes, everything is interconnected, and suffering softens when clinging loosens. Right view begins here, in this gentle recognition of impermanence and interdependence. You are not separate from the world. You are part of its continuous unfolding. Every choice you make, every word you speak, every breath you take ripples outward into the fabric of life. Feel the quiet dignity of that understanding, the way it steadies the heart without placing any burden on it. Imagine your awareness as a clear pool of water. When the surface is disturbed, the reflections become distorted. But when the water is still, you can see deeply and truthfully. Tonight, allow the surface of your mind to settle. Let the ripples of worry and habit grow softer, leaving the pool calm enough to reflect what is real. In this clarity, you may begin to notice patterns. How your thoughts shape your emotions, how your emotions shape your actions, and how your actions shape your life. These patterns do not define you. They simply show you where the mind has been traveling. Right view gently reminds you that you have the ability to choose how you relate to your experience. Suffering does not arise from the world itself, but from the way the mind grasps or resists. Feel the relief that comes with this understanding. You can loosen your grip. You can let go. You can breathe. You can rest. No storm within you is permanent. No shadow stays forever. Awareness brings light, and light reveals the path toward peace. Bring to mind something from your day that felt heavy or confusing. Do not analyze it. Simply hold it lightly, the way you might hold a delicate leaf between your fingers. Look at it gently, without the fog of judgment or self-blame. See it as a moment shaped by conditions, your mood, your energy, the circumstances, the people involved. Understand that you responded with the tools you had at the time. This, too, is right view. The recognition that life arises from countless conditions, none of which remain fixed. Right view also invites compassion. When you see clearly, harshness dissolves. You begin to understand others not through blame, but through empathy. You recognize that just as your own actions are shaped by conditions, so too are theirs. Everyone you meet is carrying unseen burdens, responding to inner storms you cannot witness. Feel how this understanding softens your heart, loosens tension, makes room for kindness. Clarity and compassion move together like two wings of a bird, allowing wisdom to take flight. Let your breath deepen now, and imagine the horizon of your awareness widening. Everything that arises within that horizon, every sensation, thought, memory, emotion, can be held without getting lost in it. You are learning to see without being overwhelmed. You are learning to witness without clinging. This is the quiet power of right view. It brings steadiness, spaciousness, and calm understanding. As this clarity grows within you, notice how your heart responds. Perhaps you feel a gentle warmth blooming, or a sense of soft resolve forming within your chest. When the mind sees clearly, the heart naturally inclines toward goodness. The desire to act with kindness, to speak with care, to choose from compassion, begins to emerge without force. This is the natural next step on the path, the awakening of wholesome intention. Allow yourself a moment to rest in this calm clarity. Feel how spacious your inner world has become, how gently the breath moves through you, how quietly the mind observes. Right view is not a single moment of insight. It is a continuous opening, a gentle turning toward wisdom again and again. And as your understanding deepens, you begin to sense the next unfolding, the way a clear mind naturally shapes the intentions of the heart. Let your awareness move softly toward this emerging intention, the quiet seed of compassion, ready to grow within you, guiding your next steps along the path. As your mind rests in the quiet clarity of seeing things as they are, notice how naturally the heart begins to soften. Right view opens a gentle doorway, inviting you to consider the intentions that guide your thoughts, words, and actions. Intention is like the seed beneath the soil, unseen, yet responsible for everything that grows. Tonight, as you lie in stillness, you are invited to plant seeds of compassion, kindness, and ease within your own heart. These seeds will shape your inner world long after this moment has passed, influencing the way you move through life with quiet strength. Let your breath soften, and imagine that with each inhale, you draw warmth into the center of your chest. With each exhale, that warmth spreads outward, like sunlight touching the petals of a lotus. This is where compassionate intention begins, not with force, not with expectation, but with a gentle warming of the heart. Feel the space behind your sternum grow more open, more receptive, as though welcoming something soft and luminous. Consider the power of intention. Every choice you make begins as a quiet whisper in the mind. Every word spoken begins as a movement in the heart. When intentions are clouded by fear or tension, your actions feel heavy and complicated. But when intention arises from compassion, from a sincere wish to bring ease rather than harm, the whole being aligns with peace. Sense how your breath guides you toward this alignment, soothing the mind and steadying the heart. Imagine now that you are holding a small seed in the palm of your hand. This seed represents the intention to be gentle with yourself, to soften the way you speak inwardly, to let go of harsh self-judgment. With a slow inhale, feel the texture of the seed, smooth, simple, full of quiet potential. With your exhale, imagine placing it into fertile soil within your heart. Cover it with love, with patience, with the deep understanding you have begun to cultivate on this path. Let another seed appear in your hand, the intention to bring kindness to others when you can, without depleting yourself or carrying burdens too heavy to hold. This intention is light, like a small feather resting in your palm. As you breathe softly, imagine placing this feather seed into the same warm soil within your chest. Feel the tenderness that accompanies this offering, the natural wish that arises when the heart sees clearly. The Buddha taught that wholesome intention is shaped by three qualities: renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. But do not let these words feel lofty or distant. Tonight, renunciation is nothing more than releasing what harms you, old patterns, unnecessary expectations, tension that no longer serves. Goodwill is simply the quiet hope that you and others may live with ease. Harmlessness is the gentle decision not to add suffering where none is needed. Feel how these qualities begin to take shape within you, not as rules, but as soft inclinations of the heart. Now imagine the seeds you planted beginning to sprout. Tiny shoots emerge, delicate and luminous, reaching toward the light of your awareness. These shoots are your intentions taking form. They remind you that compassion grows from small beginnings, from moments of honesty and tenderness. You don't need to be perfect to hold compassionate intentions. You only need to be willing. Let your breath deepen slightly as you observe these growing intentions. Notice how your body responds, perhaps with a subtle warmth in the chest, a loosening in the abdomen, a feeling of spaciousness behind your eyes. The whole body participates in the cultivation of intention, just as soil, sun, and water all support the growth of a young plant. Your awareness is the sunlight. Your breath is the water. Your sincerity is the soil. Allow yourself to reflect gently on your day, not to judge it, but to see where your intentions were kind and where they might have been tangled or unclear. As you observe, soften. Know that intention can be renewed at any moment. Every breath is a chance to begin again. Feel the relief in that truth, the ease that comes from knowing you are not bound by who you were earlier today or who you were years ago. You can plant new seeds with every breath. As the sprouts within your heart grow taller, imagine them forming a small, luminous garden, vibrant, tender, full of potential. This garden represents the direction of your life, shaped by gentle intentions that ripple outward into your words and actions. When intention is rooted in compassion, even difficult moments become opportunities for understanding rather than struggle. Rest in this inner garden now. Let its warmth soothe you. Let its quiet beauty steady your breath. Feel the subtle joy of knowing that you are nurturing something pure and peaceful within yourself. These intentions will naturally guide how you speak, how you listen, how you meet others and yourself. And as the garden glows softly within your chest, your awareness begins turning toward the next unfolding. The realization that compassionate intentions naturally shape the words you choose, and that mindful speech becomes the next expression of the peace blooming within you. Let your breath settle into a soft, steady rhythm as you begin to turn your attention toward the power of your words. Every phrase you speak, every tone you use, every silence you choose carries energy. Words can soothe or strain, comfort or unsettle, heal or harm. In the Buddha's teaching, mindful speech is a reflection of the heart's intention. It is the bridge between your inner world and the world around you. Tonight, as you rest in stillness, allow yourself to explore the gentle art of speech that brings harmony, speech that arises from clarity, compassion, and ease. Feel your jaw relax, your throat soften, and your breath move quietly through these spaces. These are the physical places where words take form. As they soften, you may sense how deeply connected your speech is to the state of your body and mind. When the body is tense, words tighten. When the mind is clouded, speech sharpens. But now, as your body unwinds and your mind clears, the possibility of gentle communication blooms like a lotus opening in calm water. Bring to mind a moment from your day, a conversation, a thought you wished to express, or even something left unsaid. Don't judge it. Don't replay it with tension. Instead, observe it as though watching a scene reflected on still water. Notice the tone that arose, the intention behind the words, the emotion beneath them. See how speech is not isolated. It grows from feeling, thought, and perception. And just like everything else, it can be shaped, softened, and guided with awareness. Imagine now that each word you speak is a small pebble dropped into a quiet pond. Some pebbles create gentle ripples that soothe the surface. Others, thrown with force, create waves that disturb the stillness. Your words are these pebbles, and the world around you is the water they touch. Feel the truth of this metaphor with tenderness, not self-criticism. You are learning breath by breath to choose pebbles that bring calm. The Buddha described wise speech in 4 qualities: words that are true, gentle, purposeful, and spoken at the right moment. These are not rigid rules, but invitations, reminders that harmony grows when words arise from presence rather than impulse. Let these qualities rest softly in your awareness. Feel how each one offers a different kind of spaciousness. True words arise from clarity. When the mind is clouded, words become tangled, in distortion. But as you rest here now, seeing your inner world with increasing honesty, truth becomes a natural companion. Feel how truth doesn't need to be harsh. It can be soft, simple, steady. Gentle words arise from compassion. They do not push or wound. They flow like a warm breeze through tall grass, offering comfort, not force. As your heart softens, gentleness becomes easier to embody. Purposeful words arise from intention. They are not spoken to fill silence or to mask discomfort. They are offered because they support well-being, your own or another's. Purpose can be quiet. Purpose can be subtle. Purpose simply means the words matter. Timely words arise from patience. Not everything needs to be spoken immediately. Some truths ripen when the moment is right, just as fruit ripens under the sun. Feel how calming it is to release the pressure to respond quickly, to know that silence too can be wise. As you breathe softly, imagine your speech as a string of lanterns glowing along a peaceful path. Each lantern represents a word chosen with care. Together, they illuminate a way of being that uplifts rather than burdens. Remember that mindful speech also includes the words you speak inwardly, to yourself. Notice how often the inner voice becomes sharp, pressured, or doubtful. Tonight, offer that inner voice the same gentle lantern light. Speak to yourself with warmth, with patience, with understanding. Let a soft phrase arise within you now, something like, "May I be gentle with myself," or "May my words bring peace." Allow the phrase to repeat quietly with the breath, like a mantra that settles the heart. Feel how this inner kindness begins to ripple outward, shaping not just your speech, but your entire presence. Imagine now a calm scene, a moonlit river, smooth and quiet. Picture yourself beside it, letting your words, past and future, drift onto its surface like petals. Some petals are light and soft, others may carry weight. Watch them all float away, carried by the gentle current. There is no need to reach for them again. The river teaches you that you can release what was spoken and begin anew. Rest in this sense of renewal, this softening of the throat, this deepening of intention. You are learning to speak from a place of clarity and compassion, a place where language becomes an expression of peace rather than agitation. And as speech becomes more mindful, your actions naturally begin to reflect the same harmony, inviting the next step on the path to unfold within you. Let your breath settle into an easy rhythm, the inhale soft and welcoming, the exhale warm and unhurried. As your mind rests in the gentleness of mindful speech, allow your awareness to drift naturally toward the movements of your daily life, the countless choices, gestures, and actions that weave together the story of your days. The Buddha taught that action is not merely what the body does, but the intention that guides each step. Gentle action arises from a calm heart, a heart that understands its impact on the world around it. Tonight, let your entire being settle into this understanding, held softly by the peace growing within you. Feel your hands resting quietly, no longer grasping or reaching. Consider how many actions begin with these hands, how they hold, carry, work, express. Imagine them bathed in warm light, a reminder that your actions can be an instrument of kindness rather than struggle. As your fingers soften, let the awareness sink deeper. Every movement, no matter how small, can become a gesture of peace when guided by mindfulness. Bring your attention to the memories of your day. Perhaps you recall moments when you acted with patience or generosity, moments where your presence offered comfort to another. Allow those memories to surface like soft ripples on still water. Recognize them without pride, simply as signs of the goodness already alive within you. Feel how acknowledging these moments strengthens your connection to gentle action. You may also remember moments where tension shaped your behavior, times when irritation, fatigue, or pressure influenced what you did or said. Let these memories drift into awareness with the same softness. There is no need to judge yourself. Instead, observe the conditions that shaped those moments, noticing how the mind reacts when it feels overwhelmed. This observation itself is a gentle action, a compassionate turning toward your own humanity. The Buddha taught that wise action rests on 3 foundations: refraining from harm, acting with honesty, and cultivating compassion. These are not rigid commandments, but living principles that naturally arise from a clear mind and softened heart. As you lie here now, feel how each foundation resonates within you. To refrain from harm is to choose not to amplify suffering, your own or another's. It is the quiet decision to pause before reacting, to consider the effect of your behavior, to soften where you might otherwise harden. Feel how the body relaxes when you imagine meeting life from this place of calm discernment. Acting with honesty means allowing your behavior to align with your values. It means moving through the world without pretense, without deception, without creating unnecessary confusion. Honesty brings clarity, and clarity brings peace. Notice how your breath feels clearer, smoother, as you rest with this understanding. Cultivating compassion means recognizing the fragile nature of all beings, their hopes, fears, joys, and struggles. Compassion turns action into service, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet kindness that comes from seeing others as you see yourself. Feel your chest expand gently with this recognition, as though the heart itself is widening. Imagine now that you are walking along a quiet forest path, the ground soft beneath your feet. Each step is deliberate, light, and unforced. With every footfall, imagine you are leaving behind a small imprint of ease, your steps contributing to the calm of the world rather than its tension. This is the essence of gentle action, moving through life in a way that soothes rather than strains, nourishes rather than depletes. See yourself offering small acts of kindness throughout your day. A patient nod, a sincere smile, a moment of listening, a choice to step back when the mind urges you forward with agitation. These simple gestures can shift the entire tone of your interactions. They ripple outward, touching others in ways you may never fully know. Let the image of these gentle actions fill your body with warmth, as though kindness has become a soft blanket draped over your spirit. Feel now your breath deepening, your muscles loosening. The more you rest in this understanding of gentle action, the more natural it becomes. There is no pressure to be perfect. There is only the quiet wish to bring less harm and more ease into the world. This wish, arising from clarity and compassion, guides the heart with steady hands. As your awareness settles into this peaceful vision, a deeper question begins to surface. A question about the way you move, not only in your personal relationships, but through the world at large. The nature of your daily work, the livelihood you cultivate, also shapes your path. And as gentle action roots itself more firmly within you, the heart begins to wonder how this sense of peace can extend into the way you make your living and contribute to the world. Let your breath soften once more, the gentle rise and fall of your chest echoing the quiet rhythm of the night. As your body rests and your mind grows clearer, allow your awareness to drift toward the shape of your daily life, the work you do, the roles you inhabit, the paths you walk when morning returns. Each day, you engage with the world through your livelihood, and the Buddha taught that this too can be a powerful expression of compassion. It is not only how you speak or act that shapes your journey toward peace, but also how you live, how you earn, how you offer your presence to the world. Feel the space around your heart open slightly, as though making room for a deeper reflection. Choosing a life that harms no one does not mean abandoning your responsibilities or achieving perfection. It means understanding that your livelihood can be an extension of your intentions, a way to align your outer life with the calm and kindness you cultivate within. Let this idea settle gently into your awareness, unforced, like a leaf coming to rest on still water. Bring to mind the work you do each day, your tasks, your interactions, the energy you give to your responsibilities. Let these images arise without judgment. Observe them softly, as though watching your life from a quiet distance. Notice the moments that feel nourishing, the moments that feel draining, the moments where you sense harmony, and the moments where strain appears. All of these are part of the path. All of these can be understood with compassion, right? Livelihood is not about measuring your worth by your job or by what you produce. It is about living in a way that does not contribute to harm, and whenever possible, contributes to well-being. This principle is both simple and profound. It invites you to consider the impact of your work on your own heart and on the world around you. Does your livelihood support kindness? Does it allow you to live with integrity? Does it help you sleep peacefully at night, knowing you have moved through the world gently? Let these questions rest softly in your mind, not as demands, but as invitations. As you breathe slowly, imagine your daily work as a garden. Some parts of this garden are thriving, full of life and purpose. Other parts may feel overgrown or neglected. You do not need to fix anything tonight. Simply walk through this inner garden with awareness, noticing which areas nourish your spirit and which areas call for more balance, more gentleness, more alignment with your values. A garden grows best when tended with patience, and so does your livelihood. Feel the warmth of your breath expand across your chest. Notice how the heart naturally inclines toward integrity when given space to breathe. Choosing a life that harms no one is less about changing the world around you and more about changing the way you show up within it. You can bring compassion into your workplace through patience, honesty, and kindness. You can offer calm where there is chaos, clarity where there is confusion, understanding where there is frustration. These small shifts create ripples that touch far more than you realize. If your work sometimes feels exhausting or out of alignment, place a gentle hand, physically or in your imagination, over your heart. Whisper inwardly, "May I move through my life with ease. May my actions be guided by compassion. May my work reflect the peace I seek." Allow the weight of these words to settle softly into the center of your being. Feel how they ease the tension in your shoulders, how they soften the breath, how they bring warmth to your chest. Your livelihood does not have to be perfect for it to be meaningful. What matters is your intention, the quiet promise you make to yourself each day to cause less harm, to move gently, to align your life with the values that bring you peace. Even small changes in attitude, presence, or awareness can transform the way you experience your work. When your intentions are rooted in compassion, your labor becomes an offering rather than a burden. Now picture yourself standing at the entrance of a long path, illuminated by the soft glow of lanterns. Each lantern represents a choice that brings you closer to living with integrity. You do not need to walk the entire path tonight. Simply feel the comfort of knowing that the way forward is clear. Live gently, act with care, and allow your work to be an expression of your deepest understanding. As you breathe into this vision, notice how naturally another element of the path begins to emerge. Living with compassion requires effort, not strained or forced, but steady, balanced, wholehearted effort. The kind of effort that nurtures growth without exhaustion. The kind of effort that sustains your heart rather than burdens it. Feel this gentle truth rising within you, ready to guide you further on your journey toward peace. Let your breath ease into a comfortable rhythm, the soft rise and fall carrying you deeper into tranquility. With each inhale, feel a gentle brightness forming within you, a quiet ember glowing at the center of your chest. With each exhale, notice how this ember steadies, becoming a calm, unwavering flame. This is the essence of right effort, the cultivation of balanced energy, neither strained nor slothful, but steady and peaceful, like a lamp protected from the wind. Tonight, allow this flame to guide you inward, illuminating the path of wholesome effort that supports your journey toward freedom. Right effort is not about pushing yourself, nor is it about retreating from life. It is the mindful choice to nurture what brings peace and let go of what brings suffering. Imagine the Buddha's teaching as a gentle hand resting on your shoulder, encouraging you to walk steadily, not too fast, not too slow, trusting that each step forward is meaningful. Feel the calm reassurance of that guidance settling into your heart. Begin by noticing your body. Feel the weight of it against the surface beneath you, held and supported without any need to struggle. Sense the softness around your abdomen as your breath deepens. When the body relaxes, effort becomes clearer, less tangled. Let your breath show you the natural rhythm of balanced energy. The inhale gathers, the exhale releases. Neither is forced, neither is restrained. Both arise naturally, peacefully, effortlessly. Now imagine yourself tending a small fire in a quiet clearing. The night is cool, the air still, and the fire before you glows with steady warmth. If you place too many logs on it, the flames falter under the weight. If you neglect it, the fire dims. But with balanced attention, just the right amount of fuel, just the right amount of care, the fire remains strong and calm. This fire is your inner effort, your dedication to cultivating goodness. Feel how comforting it is to know that you need only tend it gently, not with urgency or force. Bring your attention to the kinds of thoughts and habits that nourish your well-being. Perhaps you recognize moments of patience, kindness, clarity, or honesty from your day. These are wholesome states, like clean, dry wood that keeps your flame steady. As you recall them, visualize placing these moments of goodness into your fire, watching the flames glow a little brighter. Let the warmth spread through your chest, down your arms and across your body. Then, acknowledge the thoughts that weigh you down. Worry, resentment, self-doubt, restlessness. There is no need to judge them. Simply recognize that they are like damp branches that smother the flame. With a gentle exhale, imagine setting those branches aside. You are not throwing them away with force. You are simply choosing not to feed them to your fire. This is the heart of right effort, the quiet refusal to nourish what dims your inner peace. Feel now the ease that arises when you release these burdens. Your breath grows calmer, and the flame within you burns more steadily. Balanced effort is sustainable effort. It is choosing again and again to turn toward tenderness rather than tension, clarity rather than confusion, compassion rather than fear. Each breath becomes a reminder that effort is not about striving but about aligning with truth, with wisdom, with calm presence. Allow yourself to become aware of how often the mind leans too hard in one direction, pushing to accomplish, pushing to be perfect, pushing to control what cannot be controlled. Notice too the moments when the mind collapses into inertia, retreating from challenges, withdrawing from clarity. Neither extreme brings peace. As you rest here, feel the steady flame within you finding the middle path, the soft balance that holds you upright without strain. Let your breath deepen slightly, the flame glowing brighter with each inhale. As you exhale, imagine that warmth spreading outward, melting tension from your shoulders, your neck, even the tiny muscles around your eyes. Feel your entire being attuned to this balanced energy, awake but peaceful, engaged but relaxed, steady but soft. This is the quality of effort the Buddha encouraged: gentle persistence, compassionate discipline, the willingness to continue without force. With each breath, repeat silently, I nurture what is wholesome, I release what causes harm. Let the phrase settle into your body, aligning your heart with the flame of effort that sustains you. Notice the subtle strength forming within, a strength that is fluid, not rigid, a strength rooted in wisdom, not pressure. Now imagine the flame illuminating the path before you, casting a warm glow that reveals the next step in your journey. This light does not blind or overwhelm. It simply guides. It shows that balanced effort naturally leads to a deeper presence, a quiet returning to the here and now. As the flame steadies, your awareness begins to sharpen gently, guiding you toward the fullness of this moment. And so with the flame of right effort shining softly within you, feel yourself drawn toward the next unfolding, into the gentle practice of returning again and again to the present moment, where peace quietly waits. Let your breath become the anchor once more, a soft tether connecting you to the fullness of this moment. Each inhale arrives like a gentle wave, washing onto shore, and each exhale recedes with quiet acceptance. This simple rhythm is always here for you, steady, patient, unchanged by the shifting tides of thought and emotion. Returning to the present moment is not an act of force, but a homecoming, a gentle remembering. The mind wanders by nature, but awareness returns by choice. Tonight, allow yourself to experience this return as something soothing, something effortless, something deeply nourishing. Feel your body resting, supported completely by the surface beneath you. Notice the weight of your limbs, the softness in your muscles, the slow rise and fall of your chest. These sensations anchor you in the now. The present moment does not ask anything of you. It does not demand improvement or judgment. It simply invites you to rest within it, to soften, to breathe, to be. Let this invitation settle into your heart, like a warm whisper reminding you that peace is found not in controlling the future or unraveling the past, but in inhabiting the breath that moves through you right now. Thoughts may still appear, drifting across your awareness like birds gliding across a vast sky. When they do, meet them with kindness. Recognize them without being swept away. You might silently acknowledge thinking, and then gently guide your attention back to the breath. This is the essence of mindfulness. Not clinging to what arises, not pushing anything away, simply returning, again and again, with tenderness. Each return strengthens your inner calm, like a small bell being struck lightly, its tone growing clearer over time. As you rest here, imagine your awareness as a soft lantern glowing at the center of your being. When the mind wanders, the lantern dims slightly. When you return to the breath, the lantern brightens. Allow this glow to spread throughout your body, illuminating each moment with gentle presence. Feel the warmth in your chest, the ease in your shoulders, the quiet settling in your abdomen. Presence is not a destination, it is a continuous unfolding. Every breath reveals it anew. Notice how the mind sometimes leaps forward into what might come: anticipation, planning, imagining. Other times it drifts backward, revisiting conversations, replaying memories, searching for meaning. Neither direction is wrong. The mind simply moves. But in returning to the present, you learn that peace does not live in those imagined realms. Peace lives here, in the direct experience of being alive. Feel the comfort of releasing what no longer needs your attention. Let the breath be enough. Allow yourself to sink deeper into the sensations of this moment: the temperature of the air against your skin, the stillness around your body, the gentle pulse within your fingertips. Even these sensations shift moment by moment, reminding you that presence is dynamic, fluid, always renewing itself. When you pay attention, the world becomes softer, clearer, more spacious. If emotions arise, soft or heavy, welcome them into awareness without needing to interpret them. They are simply movements within the field of experience. Let them be waves that roll through and dissolve. The present, the moment, can hold them all without strain. It is vast enough, compassionate enough, steady enough to contain whatever arises within you. As you recognize this, your heart begins to relax, knowing it doesn't need to guard itself against passing feelings. Let your breath deepen slightly, as though you are gathering all the scattered pieces of your attention into one gentle center. Each inhale brings you closer to yourself. Each exhale loosens the grip of distraction. Feel how returning to the present moment nurtures a quiet resilience within you. You begin to see that no matter how far the mind strays, you can always come home to this breath, this body, this moment. The present is always waiting, like a calm lake waiting for your reflection to return. Imagine now that you are sitting beside this calm lake, its surface smooth and reflective beneath the moonlight. Each breath sends a small ripple across the water, subtle and serene. You lean closer, watching how the reflection shifts and returns to stillness. This is your mindfulness practice, the ripples of distraction appearing, then smoothing out as awareness settles once more. The lake never loses its capacity for stillness. Neither do you. As your awareness continues to deepen, notice how naturally your attention begins to steady. Thoughts become quieter, the breath more vivid, the body more at ease. You are experiencing the slow unfurling of concentration, a gathering of the mind's scattered currents into a single peaceful stream. Effort is no longer needed. Presence sustains itself. Awareness holds itself gently, like hands cupping a small flame to protect it from the wind. Rest here, in this growing steadiness. Let yourself feel the quiet power of being fully here, without reaching, without resisting. The mind is preparing to enter an even deeper state of calm, a state where attention rests easily on a single point, and the world becomes luminous with stillness. And as your breath flows softly in and out, the doorway to that deeper concentration begins to open within you. Let the breath guide you inward once more, soft and steady, like a gentle stream leading toward a still and quiet lake. Feel your awareness gathering itself, no longer scattered across distant thoughts or drifting through memories. Instead, it begins to settle, drawing closer to the present moment with each slow inhale, each peaceful exhale. Concentration is not something you force into existence. It is something you allow. It is the natural settling of the mind when it is no longer pulled in many directions. Tonight, you will enter this calm lake within yourself, letting its surface smooth and its water clear. Begin by bringing your attention to a single point, your breath. The warmth in your chest or the quiet sensation of your body resting. Choose whichever anchor feels natural. Let your awareness rest there gently, like a feather settling onto soft earth. Do not cling to it. Simply touch the anchor lightly with your attention. With each inhale, feel your focus deepen. With each exhale, feel distractions loosen their hold. You may notice thoughts arising, circling at the edges of your awareness. This is natural. When they appear, acknowledge them softly, as though greeting a passing traveler on a quiet road. Then guide your attention back to your anchor. Feel how returning strengthens your concentration, the way a muscle deepens through gentle repetition. There is no rushing here. You are allowing the mind to come home. Imagine now that you are sitting beside a vast moonlit lake. The surface is smooth, reflecting the sky like a sheet of glass. When your attention rests on your anchor, the lake remains still. When a thought or emotion stirs you, small ripples appear. But just as water naturally returns to stillness, so too does your mind when you allow it. Watch the lake grow calmer as your breath stabilizes. Each inhale smooths the surface. Each exhale deepens the quiet. Let your awareness widen, yet stay rooted in your anchor. Concentration is steady, but not rigid. It feels like resting at the center of a peaceful village, hearing the faint sounds of life in the distance without being drawn away. The mind observes, but does not chase. It listens, but does not cling. It simply rests, gently and fully. Feel now how your body responds to this inner settling. Your shoulders soften, sinking more deeply into support. Your jaw relaxes. Even your hands grow quieter, as though they too are entering the calm lake. The breath moves more freely, unhurried, serene. This physical ease supports your concentration, creating a circle of calm, the body relaxing the mind relaxing the body. As stillness deepens, the space between thoughts grows wider. You begin to experience pockets of clear presence, moments where the mind neither clings nor resists. Notice how peaceful these moments feel, like glimpses of open sky appearing between drifting clouds. Concentration is the gentle gathering of these moments, allowing them to lengthen, to become the dominant experience of the mind. If distractions return, meet them with kindness. The lake of your mind is learning how to settle. Ripples are not failures. They are reminders to return. Let your awareness glide back to the breath, or to the warmth in your body, or to the point you have chosen. Each return is a strengthening, a shaping of your inner quiet. Now imagine your awareness sinking slightly beneath the surface of the lake, not into darkness, but into a cool, luminous clarity. In this deeper layer, movement is slow and graceful. Thoughts drift like soft currents, hardly disturbing the water. The mind feels suspended, weightless, unburdened. You are not trying to control anything. You are simply resting in a space where stillness comes naturally. Feel how comforting this depth is. The world above grows distant. Old tensions fade. The breath becomes a rhythmic lantern guiding you deeper, illuminating the quiet interior landscape where concentration blooms. Let the calm fill your chest, your spine, your legs, your whole being. In this stillness, you may sense a quiet joy, subtle and steady, arising without cause, joy that comes simply from resting in presence. Stay here gently. Let the calm lake hold you. Let your thoughts drift at the edges like distant ripples. Feel how steadily your awareness remains anchored, how softly your mind returns to stillness each time it wanders. This is concentration, a mind that knows where to rest. As the lake grows even clearer, a new warmth begins to glow within you, a feeling of safety, of inner sanctuary. It is the natural next step of this journey. For when concentration deepens, the heart naturally seeks refuge. And as you breathe softly into this deepening calm, the doorway to that inner refuge begins to open, inviting you toward a place of protection and peace that has always lived within you. Let the quiet lake of your concentration remain beneath you, still and luminous, as your awareness rises gently like mist above the water. In this calm space, your heart becomes receptive, open enough to sense the deeper sources of comfort and guidance that the Buddha offered. When he spoke of refuge, he did not speak of escape. He spoke of resting the heart in places of wisdom, truth, and belonging. These are the three jewels: the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. They are not distant ideals, but living refuges, steady and enduring, always available to you, especially in moments of weariness or uncertainty. Take a soft breath in, feeling warmth gather at the center of your chest. As you exhale, allow your body to sink more deeply into ease. Refuge begins with this feeling of settling, of letting yourself be held by something trustworthy and kind. The first refuge, the Buddha, represents the potential for awakening within you. Not an external deity, not a figure demanding devotion, but the quiet knowledge that clarity and compassion are possible. The Buddha is the reminder that peace is attainable, because he walked the same terrain of human emotion, fear, hope, confusion, and longing. Let that understanding comfort you now. Picture the Buddha seated beneath the Bodhi tree, the earth cool beneath him, the night vast and deep. His breath is slow, his posture steady, his heart unwavering. In the face of every temptation, every fear, every distraction, he remained present. Imagine sitting beside him in that sacred moment of stillness. Feel the calm radiating from his presence, not as something that overwhelms you, but as a gentle reassurance. You too can awaken. You too can be free. Let the warmth of this refuge flow through your body. Now shift your attention to the second jewel, the Dharma, the teachings. These teachings are not rigid doctrines. They are pathways to living with clarity. They speak of impermanence, compassion, mindfulness, and the release of suffering. They remind you that nothing in your experience is fixed, that every moment carries the possibility of change. The Dharma is like a lantern on a quiet path, illuminating just enough of the way to guide you forward without blinding you with certainty. Feel this lantern light within you now, a soft glow that offers understanding without pressure, direction without demand. Consider how the Dharma has already been touching your life this evening. Through the breath, through awareness, through the gentle settling of mind and body, you have been practicing its essence. You have been exploring impermanence, cultivating compassion, nurturing clarity. The teachings do not exist outside of you. You experience them directly, through your own stillness. Let this realization deepen your sense of refuge. The Dharma is not something to memorize, it is something to embody, moment by moment. Now let your awareness open to the third jewel, the Sangha, the community of practitioners. Sangha is the refuge of connection, the recognition that you do not walk this path alone. Others around the world, in monasteries, homes, forests, and quiet bedrooms like yours, are breathing with the same intention, to live gently, to understand themselves, to bring less suffering into the world. You may not see them, but their presence forms a quiet web of shared aspiration. Feel this web surrounding you now, a soft, supportive presence, like countless tiny lights flickering in the darkness, each one a heart dedicated to peace. You can rest in this community, even in solitude. Let the sense of belonging soothe any loneliness within you. Feel how Sangha holds your practice, the way a forest holds each individual tree, supporting, sheltering, nourishing. This connection brings strength, grounding your inner work in something vast and timeless. Take a long, slow breath. Let the three jewels rest lightly in your awareness. The Buddha, your potential for awakening. The Dharma, the path that guides you. The Sangha, the community that steadies you. These refuges are not places you must reach. They are places you return to inside yourself. Refuge is an inner bowing toward wisdom, a willingness to rest where peace can grow. Feel how the body responds as you lean into these refuges. Your shoulders drop slightly. Your abdomen loosens. Even your breath becomes gentler, as though relieved to no longer carry your burdens alone. The heart, supported by wisdom and connection, begins to soften. In this softening, something new begins to emerge, a tender warmth, a quiet compassion that naturally turns inward, seeking to comfort the one who has carried so much. This compassion is the next step along your journey, arising effortlessly from the safety and clarity you've cultivated. As you breathe into the warmth in your chest, let your awareness drift toward this blossoming tenderness, ready to care for your own heart with the same depth of kindness you would offer to another. Let your breath soften into a warm, comforting rhythm, each inhale like a gentle embrace, each exhale like a long-awaited release. Now that you have rested in the safety of refuge, allow your attention to turn inward, to the quiet, tender space of your own heart. For so long, you have carried worries, responsibilities, disappointments, and hopes. You have pushed yourself, corrected yourself, questioned yourself. Tonight, give yourself permission to rest gently in your own care. Loving kindness, or metta, begins not with others, but with you, with the wish that your own heart may rest, ease, and heal. Feel your chest rise and fall softly. Imagine a small, warm glow at the center of your heart, no larger than a candle flame. This flame does not burn. It soothes. It radiates warmth in every direction, illuminating the places within you that have felt forgotten or exhausted. Let yourself breathe into this light. With every inhale, the glow grows a little steadier. With every exhale, it spreads a little wider, dissolving tightness and softening old tensions you didn't realize you were still holding. Metta is not about forcing yourself to feel love. It is about offering yourself the same kindness you would offer a dear friend who is struggling. Start gently, without judgment. Whisper inwardly, or simply feel the intention. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be free from unnecessary suffering. Notice how the body responds, how the breath deepens, how the heart gently leans toward these words, as though longing to believe them. If resistance arises, if part of you feels undeserving or uncomfortable, meet that feeling with tenderness. Place an inner hand on it. Say quietly to yourself, "You too are welcome." Loving kindness does not exclude. It does not demand perfection. It simply offers warmth to whatever appears, trusting that kindness creates space for healing. Let your breath cradle whatever arises, holding it the way a parent holds a crying child. Not to silence it, but to comfort it. Imagine now that the warm glow in your chest begins to expand outward, filling your ribcage with soft light. This light flows into your shoulders, relaxing their heaviness. It moves down your arms, softening your hands, easing the tension held in your fingers. It travels upward into your throat, loosening words you never spoke, and easing the tight moments you carried silently. Let it move into your jaw and cheeks, smoothing the lines formed by effort and worry. This is the kindness you rarely give yourself, yet deeply deserve. Feel the warmth travel down your back, melting pockets of strain. Let it drift into your belly, releasing knots of anxiety or small remnants of unease. Allow it to move through your legs, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, all the way down to your feet. Every part of you is allowed to rest. Every part of you is allowed to receive this gentle light. Now, return to your heart. Sense its quiet pulse, its steady presence. It has been beating for you every moment of your life, asking nothing in return. It has endured your joys and your sorrows, your hopes and your fears. Offer it gratitude now. Whisper inwardly, "Thank you for carrying me. Thank you for continuing." Let gratitude soften the deepest layers of your being. Imagine now that the warm glow in your chest grows brighter, like a lotus blooming in slow motion, petal by petal, opening to the night. This lotus represents your capacity for compassion, your ability to meet yourself with gentleness, even when life feels heavy. Feel its petals unfurling, revealing not fragility but quiet strength, the strength that comes from loving yourself without conditions. As you rest in this blossoming light, repeat gently, in rhythm with your breath, "May I be kind to myself. May I be patient with myself. May I be at ease." Let these intentions move through you like waves, each one washing over your heart, each one softening the places that have felt tight or forgotten. Breathe in the kindness you deserve. Breathe out the burdens you no longer need to carry. When you treat yourself with loving kindness, something shifts, subtly, quietly, but unmistakably. The heart becomes more open, the breath becomes more generous, the mind becomes less guarded. In this openness, compassion begins to spill outward naturally, without force. The warmth you've cultivated within you begins to radiate beyond you, extending toward others, with the same tenderness you've offered yourself. Feel this expansion beginning now, soft and unhurried. The lotus in your chest glows brighter, its light reaching beyond the boundaries of your body. Your heart, nourished by kindness, naturally begins to wish others well, not out of obligation, but out of abundance. And as this warmth gathers, ready to extend itself into the world, your awareness begins to lean gently toward the next unfolding, the boundless practice of sending loving kindness outward, to all beings, everywhere, without exception. Let the gentle warmth you've cultivated within your own heart continue to glow, steady and unwavering. You've held yourself with kindness, offering compassion to the parts of you that were tired, uncertain, or quietly aching. Now, allow that same warmth to expand outward, not through effort, but through the natural generosity of a softened heart. Loving kindness grows best when it flows freely, first toward yourself, and then, like a widening circle on still water, into the world around you. Begin by noticing the light at the center of your chest, the warm lotus you have nurtured with each breath. See it glowing softly, radiating tenderness. With a slow inhale, imagine this light expanding just an inch beyond your body. With a slow exhale, let it settle there, gentle and calm. This is the beginning of extending kindness outward, a simple widening of your circle of care. Now bring to mind someone who naturally evokes warmth in you. A dear friend, a loved one, or even a gentle presence from memory. Picture them bathed in soft moonlight, peaceful and at ease. Allow your heart to whisper, "May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering." Feel the sincerity of these wishes, not as obligations, but as natural offerings. Let the warmth from your heart flow toward them like a gentle stream, wrapping them in calm. As you breathe, imagine this stream widening. Let your kindness ripple outward toward others you know, acquaintances, colleagues, people who pass through your days quietly. Visualize them receiving warmth without needing to change, without needing to deserve it, without needing to be aware of it. Kindness is a gift that asks for nothing in return. Take another breath, and now allow your awareness to bring forth someone with whom you've had difficulty, perhaps someone who has caused frustration or discomfort. Do not force affection or approval. Simply recognize that they, too, experience fear, longing, confusion, joy, and pain. They too wish to be free from suffering. You may offer the simplest of wishes. May you find peace. Let the words be gentle, spacious, free of pressure. Even a soft intention begins to heal the heart's knots. Now imagine the lotus in your chest brightening, its petals opening wide until its glow radiates in all directions. With each breath, the light grows larger. It reaches beyond the people you know, toward the faces you've never seen, toward the many hearts beating in homes, hospitals, quiet bedrooms, bustling cities, and small villages, toward those who are joyful and those who are grieving, toward those who feel strong and those who feel lost. Whisper softly, "May all beings be held in kindness. May all beings find ease. May all beings know peace." Feel the vastness of this intention. Your kindness is not limited by distance or time. It expands outward, effortlessly, touching beings in every direction, like light, radiating from a lantern in the dark, illuminating without choosing who receives its glow. As your heart expands, imagine this kindness flowing to the animals of the earth, creatures living in forests, oceans, mountains, grasslands, and homes. Feel compassion reaching birds in flight, tiny insects moving through leaves, animals resting or searching for shelter. Offer them warmth. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Imagine your kindness touching the earth itself, the lakes, rivers, mountains, and fields. Feel the warmth extending to trees rooted deeply in the soil, to blossoms opening beneath morning sunlight, to the quiet resilience of nature in all its forms. Your heart becomes like the sun, rising over a calm horizon, offering light, simply because that is its nature. Let your breath deepen, and allow this infinite circle of compassion to widen further, reaching all beings. Those who are joyful, those who are suffering, those you love, those you will never meet, those who are born today, those who are passing from this world. Your heart touches them all. This expansion is not exhausting, it is freeing. It dissolves the illusion of separation, reminding you that all beings share the same wish, to experience peace and avoid suffering. Feel how your heart relaxes into this understanding, how compassion becomes not a task, but a natural expression of your interconnectedness with all life. Rest in this vast, open warmth for a few breaths. Notice how peaceful it is to release the boundaries around your heart, to let kindness flow in all directions without limits. Feel how this compassion settles into your body like a soft blanket, comforting you even as it extends outward. As your awareness rests in this expansive compassion, a subtle understanding begins to arise, an understanding that your connection with others is not imagined, but deeply real. Just as you breathe, feel, and experience life, so do all beings. Your well-being is interwoven with theirs, just as theirs is interwoven with you. This truth of interdependence begins to shimmer gently at the edges of your awareness, inviting you deeper into the wisdom of how all life is connected. Let your breath settle into a wide, open rhythm, as if each inhale gathers the world gently into your chest, and each exhale returns it with gratitude. As your heart continues to radiate kindness toward all beings, a deeper understanding begins to unfold, an understanding that compassion is not merely something you generate, but something inherent in the fabric of life itself. Everything is connected. Every breath you take, every thought you hold, every feeling that passes through you exists within a vast and delicate web of interdependence. Tonight, allow yourself to rest inside this truth, the gentle teaching of interbeing. Begin by noticing your breath again. Feel its coolness as it enters your nostrils, its warmth as it leaves. This breath is not yours alone. It is the gift of countless unseen causes, the quiet work of trees, the movement of wind, the subtle balance of atmosphere. Even this simple inhale reminds you that you are supported by the world around you. Nothing arises independently. Everything leans on everything else. Let your awareness drift outward, imagining a single tree standing in a peaceful forest. See its leaves shimmering softly in the moonlight. Beneath the soil lie its roots, reaching into the earth, drawing nourishment from water that once flowed from distant rain clouds. Sunlight shaped its growth. Animals carried its seeds. The soil beneath it exists because ancient forests lived, decayed, and became the ground. This tree is not a solitary being. It is a living expression of countless conditions. As you observe it, feel how your own life mirrors this same truth. Now imagine the tree offering its breath to you, the oxygen that sustains your body in this very moment. With each inhale, you and the tree share an intimate exchange, a silent partnership. You rely on its presence as much as it relies on the sunlight, the rain, the soil, and the past. In this way, interbeing begins to reveal itself. Nothing stands alone. Everything participates in everything else. Turn your awareness to your body. Consider the warmth that fills your chest, the ease in your limbs. Your body is made of elements that once belonged to stars, oceans, mountains, forests, clouds, and ancient life. The food you've eaten, the water you've drunk, the air you breathe, all of it has moved through countless forms before becoming part of you. You are a gathering of the universe's history, alive in this moment. Feel the awe of that truth settle softly into your heart. As you rest in this understanding, imagine tiny threads of light extending outward from your body, threads connecting you to the people you love, to those you've passed on the street, to strangers across the world, to animals in forests and oceans, to the earth beneath you. These threads are not visible in daily life, yet they bind all beings through shared causes, shared breath, shared vulnerability. Feel how spacious and gentle it is to recognize this connection. Now bring to mind a moment in your past where you felt supported. Someone showed kindness, listened, offered help, or simply smiled at you. Notice how that moment didn't arise from nowhere. It came from their experiences, their upbringing, their struggles, their joys. Their ability to offer kindness was shaped by countless causes, and your ability to receive it was shaped by yours. In the web of interbeing, every moment is woven from countless threads. Let your breath deepen and reflect on how even suffering exists within this web. When you feel pain, it often arises from causes you didn't choose, memories, circumstances, conditions, the actions of others. And yet, each moment of healing also arises from causes beyond your control. Support from others, moments of clarity, acts of care, teachings that reach you at the right time. Everything arises together. Everything fades together. Allow this understanding to soften your relationship with yourself. When you struggle, it is not because you are flawed. It is because conditions have come together in a way that creates difficulty. When you experience peace, it is because conditions have aligned to support well-being. You are not separate from the world that shapes you. You are woven into it, constantly influenced and influencing in return. Feel your heart expanding as you sense this truth settling deeper. The light within your chest grows brighter, extending farther along the threads that connect you to all beings. With this understanding, compassion deepens, not as a choice, but as a natural response to shared existence. When you see that all beings are shaped by conditions, just as you are, the heart no longer closes. It rests in openness. In the quiet of this moment, imagine the entire web of interbeing shimmering softly. Countless points of light, arising and fading, interacting and supporting one another. The more clearly you see this web, the less tightly you cling to the idea of a separate self. Instead, you begin to sense something spacious and freeing, that what you call you is actually a flowing movement of life, connected to everything else, influenced by everything else, inseparable from anything else. This understanding begins to open a profound doorway within you, a doorway into the nature of emptiness, the subtle and liberating truth that things do not exist independently, but arise in relationship. And as you breathe gently into this vast, interconnected space, your awareness begins to lean toward that next revelation, ready to explore the deeper wisdom waiting quietly beyond the concept of self. Let your breath flow softly, like a breeze moving through an open field. As your understanding of interbeing settles gently into your awareness, the mind begins to loosen its grip on the idea of a solid, separate self. In this softening, a new kind of spaciousness reveals itself, a spaciousness the Buddha called emptiness. Not emptiness as nothingness, nor emptiness as loss, but emptiness as openness. Emptiness as the quiet recognition that nothing exists independently. Nothing stands alone, nothing is fixed. Instead, everything is fluid, interwoven, arising from countless conditions. Tonight, allow yourself to rest in this gentle freedom. Begin by feeling your body, the steady rise of your breath, the warmth in your chest, the subtle weight of your limbs. Even your body is not a single solid thing. It is a living process, constantly changing. Cells dying and being renewed. Thoughts shifting like clouds. Emotions moving like tides. Memories washing in and out. You are not fixed. You are flowing. Let the simplicity of this truth ease you. Imagine now that you are looking into a clear sky at dawn. The sky appears vast, empty, open, but in that openness lies possibility. Birds can fly, winds can move, light can emerge. Emptiness is the same spacious potential within you. Because you are not fixed, you can grow. Because you are not defined by a single moment, you can heal. Because nothing is solid and separate, you can be free. Let the breath soften as you take in this gentle liberation. Bring your awareness to a thought that arises. Any thought. Notice how it appears, without invitation, lingers for a moment and fades. If you try to grasp it, it slips away. If you try to hold it still, it changes. The thought is empty, not in the sense of being meaningless, but in the sense that it has no independent solidity. It appears because of causes, your memories, your mood, your surroundings, your breath. When those causes shift, the thought shifts too. Feel the relief in knowing that thoughts do not define you. They are simply movements of the mind. Now consider an emotion, perhaps a lingering worry or a subtle longing. Watch how even this feeling is not fixed. It arises due to conditions, your exhaustion, a memory resurfacing, a desire unfulfilled, a story the mind repeats. When conditions change, the feeling changes. Emptiness means that no emotion has absolute power over you. Each one is a wave, real, tangible, but temporary. You can feel it fully without believing it will last forever. As you rest in this understanding, imagine the walls around your heart dissolving, not breaking, not collapsing, but gently becoming permeable. When the heart is no longer encased in fixed ideas, I am this, I am not that, I must be this way, I cannot change, a profound easing begins. Emptiness is the release of these rigid edges. It gives the heart room to breathe, room to expand, room to experience life with tenderness instead of fear. Picture yourself now standing in a quiet meadow. Around you, tall grasses sway with the breeze, wildflowers open to the morning sun. A river glides softly in the distance. You feel the wind touch your skin, and in that touch, you sense your connection with everything around you. Your boundaries soften, not dissolving into nothingness, but blending gently with the world. You are not separate from this meadow. You are part of it, shaped by the same conditions that shape everything else: light, air, warmth, change. Let the breath deepen as you rest in this spaciousness. Feel how the body softens when not held tightly by the idea of me. Feel how the mind relaxes when not trying to protect a fixed identity. Feel how the heart opens when it no longer clings to rigid narratives. Emptiness is freedom from the prison of certainty, freedom from the weight of fixed stories, freedom from the pressure to remain unchanged. You might whisper inwardly, because things are empty, they are free. Because I am empty, I can grow. Because nothing is fixed, peace is possible. Rest in this truth for a few gentle breaths. Now let your awareness explore the spaciousness even more deeply. Imagine your breath moving through a vast open chamber within you, each inhale expanding its boundaries, each exhale releasing old tensions, old identities, old habits. The chamber grows brighter as you breathe, illuminated by a soft inner light. This light represents clarity, the understanding that emptiness is not void but fullness, the fullness of possibility. In this clarity, gratitude begins to stir, because when you see that nothing is solid or separate, you begin to appreciate how everything supports your existence. Every meal, every breath, every act of kindness, every bit of sunlight. Gratitude flows naturally from understanding emptiness. You feel humbled, connected, open. Let this gratitude rise slowly within your chest, warm and quiet, like water filling a bowl. You realize that life, in all its complexity and impermanence, is a gift, fragile, interconnected, ever-changing. And as gratitude fills your heart with gentle light, your awareness begins to turn toward the next, unfolding, a deeper reflection on this quiet thankfulness, and the peaceful joy that comes from appreciating the countless supporting conditions that make your life possible. Let your breath settle into an even softer rhythm as you rest in the spacious understanding of emptiness. Feel how the body expands slightly with each inhale, open, receptive, and gently releases with each exhale, like a tide returning to the sea. In this delicate openness, gratitude begins to arise naturally. Not the gratitude that must be forced or rehearsed, but the quiet kind that grows when the heart recognizes the countless conditions that support it. Gratitude is a gentle turning of the mind toward appreciation, a soft acknowledgement that every moment you experience is shaped by infinite gifts flowing toward you from the world. Begin by sensing your breath again. Feel the air entering your lungs, nourishing each cell of your body. This breath is a gift, offered freely by trees, by oceans, by unseen winds. Without effort on your part, the world provides what you need to live. As you breathe in, whisper silently, "Thank you." With each exhale, feel your body soften into ease. Gratitude is already taking root. Let your awareness move to your body, the weight of your limbs, the warmth of your chest, the steady rhythm of your heart. Your body has carried you through every moment of your life, often without recognition or praise. It has healed wounds, endured fatigue, recovered from illness, and supported every dream you've pursued. Offer it your appreciation now. Thank you for carrying me. Allow this gratitude to settle into your muscles, weaving relaxation through every part of you. Now bring to mind the moments today, however small, that allowed you to move through your day. A sip of water, a meal, a safe space to rest, a gesture from someone who helped you, or even the quiet presence of someone who simply existed nearby. Perhaps there was sunlight on your face, or the steady sound of rain. Notice how many small conditions came together to support you. None of them were guaranteed. Each was a gift. Let your heart widen as gratitude blooms. Feel it like a warm current rising within you, not overwhelming, but steady and soothing. Gratitude is a peaceful balm, dissolving tension and softening the edges of the mind. It allows you to rest more deeply, because it reminds you that you are sustained by life itself, not by effort alone. Imagine now that you are standing in a quiet valley at dusk. The sky above you glows with soft gold and gentle lavender. Around you, hills cradle the horizon like open arms. In this serene place, you begin to notice all the forces that allow you to stand here, not just the earth beneath your feet, but the countless causes over lifetimes and generations that make your existence possible. Family lines stretching back into history, cultures that shaped your world, teachers who guided you, strangers who unknowingly made your life easier. Feel the immensity of this support, flowing toward you from every direction. Whisper again, gently, "Thank you." As the valley darkens and the first stars appear, imagine that each star represents one condition that sustains your life. There are too many to count, too many to name. Each star glimmers softly, reminding you that you are never alone, never unsupported, never isolated from the flow of life. Gratitude turns your attention to this truth, helping you rest in confidence and calm. Now extend this gratitude toward the challenges you have faced, not because they were pleasant, but because they shaped your resilience. They taught you compassion. They revealed your strength. They opened your heart to the suffering of others. With a soft breath, offer appreciation. Thank you for teaching me. Notice how even difficult experiences become lighter when viewed through the lens of gratitude. Let the breath deepen as gratitude flows toward the people in your life. Those who love you, those who challenged you, those who passed through your world briefly, leaving impressions you didn't recognize until now. Imagine them standing around you in a circle of soft light, each one contributing to your growth in some way. Feel your heart warming as you recognize the interconnectedness of your journey. Allow gratitude now to expand beyond your personal world, toward all beings who share this earth, who breathe the same air, who dream, struggle, hope, and live. Send a soft wave of appreciation outward. Thank you for sharing this life with me. Gratitude brings peace because it shifts the heart from scarcity to abundance. It reveals that life is not something you must grasp or guard. It is something you are continually receiving. In this recognition, the heart relaxes into trust. The mind quiets into contentment. You begin to see that each moment, even the quiet one you are inhabiting right now, is full of gifts. Rest now in this warm, expansive gratitude. Let it fill your lungs, your chest, your whole body. Feel it settling like golden light in your belly, your hands, your feet. Gratitude steadies the heart, preparing it for even deeper peace. And as this gratitude settles more deeply within you, you may sense the gentle arising of another quality, the calm balance that comes from meeting all experiences, both pleasant and difficult, with steadiness. The heart that knows gratitude becomes ready to cultivate equanimity, the serene acceptance that holds all things with grace. Let your breath flow like a slow tide, rising gently, falling easily, steady as the turning of the earth. As gratitude settles warmly within you, a deeper stillness begins to take shape, quiet, spacious, balanced. This stillness is equanimity, the calm heart that remains open in the face of change, neither clinging to what is pleasant nor resisting what is painful. Equanimity is not coldness or detachment. It is the serene confidence that you can meet life as it is without being pulled apart by its shifting winds. Tonight, allow this calm strength to grow within you like a mountain rooted firmly beneath the sky. Feel your body relaxing into the surface beneath you, supported completely. Notice how the breath continues its gentle rhythm without effort. Equanimity begins here, in the recognition that you can rest in the present moment without having to fix, control, or influence it. Everything is already moving according to its nature. Let yourself lean into that natural flow. Imagine now a great mountain rising before you. Its base is wide and steady, its slopes ancient and dignified, its peak disappearing into clouds. Storms pass across its ridges, rain falls onto its stone, winds rush over its summit, yet the mountain remains unmoved. Its stability comes not from resisting the storm, but from understanding its own nature. Let this mountain be a reflection of your heart. Let its strength seep into your spine, your chest, your breath. You too can remain steady, even as thoughts, emotions, and sensations move through you. Bring your attention to your mind. Notice how thoughts shift like weather patterns, some light as breezes, others heavy like gathering clouds. Equanimity invites you to watch these thoughts without being swept away. You are the mountain, not the storm. You are the spaciousness beneath the clouds, not the clouds themselves. Let each thought appear, linger, and fade without needing to hold or fight it. Feel the relief in allowing everything to move naturally. Now bring your awareness to your emotions. You may sense subtle currents, relaxation, tenderness, fatigue, hope, uncertainty. Each emotion is like a visitor, arriving because conditions allowed it, leaving when those conditions change. Equanimity reminds you that no emotion defines you. You can feel deeply without losing your balance. You can experience sadness without drowning in it, joy without clinging to it, discomfort without resisting it. Rest in the quiet confidence that you are capable of holding it all with grace. Imagine your heart now as a still lake beneath a wide sky. When wind touches the surface, ripples appear, but the depths remain calm. When rain falls, droplets scatter across the water, yet the lake receives them without fear. Even when storms pass overhead, the water eventually returns to stillness. This is the nature of your mind when guided by equanimity. Responsive, but not overwhelmed. Open, but not shaken. Peaceful, but not fragile. With each breath, allow this inner lake to settle. See its surface growing smoother, its waters becoming clearer. The reflections on its surface sharpen. The moon, the stars, the silhouette of trees. Equanimity brings clarity. It helps you see what is true without distortion. It teaches you to hold all experiences, not with tightness, but with gentle acceptance. Whisper softly within, I remain steady. I can hold whatever arises. I meet life with balance. Feel the strength in these words, a strength that does not close the heart but opens it wider. The balanced heart is the resilient heart, capable of compassion even in difficulty, capable of peace even in uncertainty. Now bring to mind something from your past or present that has caused you pain. Do not dive into the memory. Simply let it appear at a safe distance, like a cloud drifting across the horizon. Notice how equanimity allows you to see this pain without becoming it. You can acknowledge suffering without being consumed by it. This spacious clarity is the foundation for forgiveness, a gentle quality that arises from a heart no longer imprisoned by old wounds. Imagine this difficult memory resting in the palm of your hand. Notice its weight, its texture, its warmth. Now imagine lifting your hand slightly and offering the memory to the open sky. You are not pushing it away. You are giving it room. You are letting it breathe. Feel how your chest loosens, how your breath deepens, how your heart softens. Equanimity creates the space in which forgiveness can grow. Not forced, not rushed, but naturally, like a flower opening in its own time. Rest in this spaciousness. Let the mountain within you stand tall. Let the lake within you stay calm. Let your heart remain open and steady. As your awareness deepens into this balanced stillness, you may begin to sense a readiness to release old burdens, not through suppression, but through understanding. Forgiveness becomes possible when the heart has room to breathe. And now, in this quiet clarity, that room begins to open. Let your breath soften again, like a warm breeze drifting through an open doorway. As equanimity settles deeper into your being, you may notice that certain memories, tensions, or old wounds begin to rise gently to the surface, drawn not by disturbance, but by the steady calm you've created within yourself. When the heart becomes spacious, it begins to reveal what has long been carried. Forgiveness is the natural next step, not as an obligation, not as a forced act, but as an offering of freedom to yourself and to others. Tonight, allow forgiveness to unfold slowly, tenderly, like petals opening at dusk. Begin by sensing your heart, its steady pulse, its quiet perseverance. Within this heart lie stories you have lived, hurts you have endured, words that echoed longer than they should have, and moments you revisited long after they passed. These experiences do not make you weak. They reveal your humanity. And forgiveness does not erase them. It allows them to loosen their grip, so they no longer bind your breath or weigh on your spirit. Feel your breath deepening now, creating space for this soft unbinding. Imagine yourself holding a small stone in your hand. This stone represents a burden you have carried, perhaps resentment, disappointment, guilt, or sorrow. Notice its weight, the way it presses into your palm. Feel how long you've held it, how familiar its shape has become. The mind often clings to pain because it feels safer than letting go. But tonight, in this calm and compassionate space, you are ready to release a little of that weight. Bring this stone closer to your heart. Whisper inwardly, I have carried you long enough. You may rest now. With a slow exhale, imagine opening your hand and placing the stone gently onto the earth. Do not throw it away. Do not force it out. Simply release it with softness, allowing the earth to hold what you no longer need to carry. Feel the lightening in your chest, the subtle spaciousness that appears as the burden shifts away from your grip. Now bring into your awareness someone toward whom you hold unresolved feeling. Perhaps someone who hurt you, disappointed you, or left an imprint on your heart that has not yet softened. You do not need to approve of their actions or forget what happened. Forgiveness is not agreement. It is the recognition that holding on to pain ultimately harms you more than anyone else. It is the decision to free yourself from the emotional gravity that keeps you tethered to old suffering. Visualize this person standing at a safe distance, surrounded by soft light, not to excuse them, but to create an environment where your heart feels safe enough to soften. Notice whatever emotions arise: anger, sadness, confusion, numbness. Allow them all. They are not obstacles. They are the raw materials from which forgiveness grows. Breathe in gently. On your exhale, offer them a quiet phrase, not of reconciliation, but of release. May I let go of what hurts. May I find peace. The forgiveness you offer is for your freedom, not theirs. Now bring your awareness inward once more. There may be moments where you, too, seek forgiveness. From yourself. Words spoken in haste, choices made under pressure, paths you wished had been different. The inner critic is often harsher than any external voice. Tonight, let that critic rest. Imagine placing your own image before you. Your younger self, your present self, or the self who struggled through a difficult moment. Look gently into your own eyes and recognize the truth. You have always been doing the best you could, with the understanding, strength, and conditions you had at the time. Feel compassion rise within you like warm water filling a bowl. Whisper softly inward, "I forgive you." You were trying to find your way. You may rest now. Feel the relief of these words entering your chest, softening the tight places inside you. Let the breath carry this self-forgiveness deeper to every corner of your being. Forgiveness is not a single moment. It is a process, a gradual loosening. Each breath tonight is one small release. Each exhale unknots another thread of tension. Each whisper of compassion lightens your heart. Imagine now a great river flowing before you, wide and tranquil under a moonlit sky. See the stones you have released resting along its banks, no longer pressing into your hands, no longer weighing down your journey. The river moves forward effortlessly, carrying the reflections of stars across its surface. This river is your life, ever moving, ever renewing. Feel how forgiveness allows the current to flow more freely. Breathe in the spaciousness around you. Breathe out everything you no longer need to hold. Notice how the heart feels now. Lighter, softer, more open. In the wake of forgiveness, a gentle sense of acceptance begins to arise. Acceptance does not mean agreement or resignation. It means seeing reality clearly, without resistance. It is the soft settling of the heart when the struggle to change the past fades away. As your heart continues to ease, allow your awareness to move toward this emerging quality, ready to explore the quiet strength of accepting life as it unfolds. Let your breath settle into a soft, quiet rhythm, as though each inhale is a gentle hand resting on your heart, and each exhale is a long sigh of release. You have practiced forgiveness, toward others, toward yourself, and now a deeper stillness begins to rise within you. This stillness is acceptance, the gentle, spacious willingness to let life be exactly as it is in this moment. Acceptance is not defeat. It is not resignation. It is the softening of resistance, the quiet understanding that struggling against what has already happened only deepens suffering. Tonight, let your heart rest in the peaceful clarity of allowing things to be. Begin by bringing your awareness to your breath. Notice how it flows without effort. You do not command it. It simply happens. Acceptance works the same way. It unfolds naturally when you stop forcing life to fit your expectations and allow it to reveal itself on its own terms. With a slow inhale, imagine drawing in ease. With a slow exhale, imagine releasing resistance. Feel the body respond, muscles loosening just a little more, the chest opening like a flower after rain. Now bring to mind something in your life that has been difficult to accept. It might be a situation, a change, a loss, or an unanswered question. Notice how your body reacts as this image appears. Perhaps a tightening in the throat, a heaviness in the chest, a subtle knot in the belly. These sensations are not signs that acceptance is impossible. They are simply signals that the heart is touching something tender. Do not push them away. Rest your awareness lightly on them, like a feather settling on still water. Acceptance does not mean approving of what has happened. It means acknowledging reality without fighting it. It is the gentle recognition. This is what is here right now. Whisper inwardly, I see this, I feel this. I allow this moment to be what it is. Notice how the body responds to these words, perhaps softening, perhaps breathing more freely, perhaps simply becoming still. Imagine now that you are standing at the edge of a wide river. The current flows steadily, neither rushing nor slow, moving forward without hesitation. In your hands, you hold the situation you are struggling to accept. Notice its weight. Notice its shape. Take a breath and imagine placing it gently on the surface of the river. Watch as the water carries it forward, not erasing it, not hiding it, but integrating it into the flow of life. Feel your body release just a little more, as though a knot has loosened within you. Acceptance is not a single moment. It is a series of small softenings, small surrenders to truth. Your heart does not need to accept everything immediately. It only needs to loosen its grip, to allow a crack of light to enter. Each breath becomes an opening. Each moment of awareness becomes a doorway. With every inhale, your heart gathers strength. With every exhale, it releases a little more of its tension. Now turn your attention to your emotions again, not to fix them, but to welcome them. If sadness arises, let it be part of the moment without trying to banish it. If relief arises, let that be present too. Acceptance is the spaciousness that allows every emotion to have its place without overwhelming you. Imagine your inner world as a large room with open windows. Whatever enters is allowed. Whatever leaves departs freely. The room remains still, quiet, and expansive. Whisper inwardly, I allow myself to feel. I allow life to unfold. I do not need to resist this moment. Let the words drift through your being, like a gentle wind moving through tall grass. Now imagine the sky at twilight, a vast canvas shifting from warm gold to soft indigo. Clouds move across it in slow, graceful formations. Some clouds are light and feathery, others are heavy and dark. Yet the sky makes room for all of them, holding each one without struggle. The sky does not cling. It does not resist. It allows. And in that allowing, it remains peaceful. Let this sky be a reflection of your spirit. You are spacious enough to hold everything you feel without collapsing. Acceptance also means releasing the need for answers in this moment. You do not need to know what comes next. You do not need to solve everything tonight. You only need to breathe and allow yourself to be here. Feel the relief that comes with dropping the weight of expectations. Let the breath become your guide, reminding you that life unfolds one moment at a time. As you breathe into this softening, notice a new kind of ease forming within you. Gentle, quiet, steady. Acceptance creates a foundation for something even deeper, the ability to surrender, not in helplessness, but in trust. Surrender is the peaceful opening of the heart when resistance has fallen away. It is the moment when you stop fighting the current and allow yourself to float, carried by life with grace. And as acceptance settles warmly into your being, your awareness begins to move toward this deeper invitation, the quiet, liberating act of surrender, where the heart releases its final tension and rests fully in the flow of life. Let your breath soften into a rhythm that feels completely effortless, the inhale rising like a gentle wave, the exhale falling like a leaf drifting toward earth. As acceptance has settled gently into your heart, another layer of release begins to unfold. Surrender. Not the surrender of defeat or resignation, but the surrender of ease, of trust, of finally allowing yourself to float on the current of life rather than struggling against it. Surrender is the art of unclenching the heart, loosening the grip of control, and letting yourself be carried by a wisdom far greater than your fear. Begin by noticing where in your body you still hold tension. Maybe a small tightening in your throat, a heaviness in your chest, or a quiet resistance lingering in your belly. Instead of pushing these sensations away, bring your awareness to them with tenderness. Feel your breath move into these places, like warm water soaking into tired soil. With each exhale, imagine these spots softening, melting, releasing. Surrender does not demand that the tension disappear. It invites you to stop fighting it. Imagine, now that you are standing beside a river at twilight, the water flows steadily before you. Clear, deep, unhurried. You lower yourself to sit beside its edge, noticing how the current moves without struggle, without hesitation, without fear of obstacles. It simply flows. The river does not cling to stones, nor does it resist bends in its path. It adapts, curves, shifts. It trusts the direction of the land. As you watch, you begin to realize this river is teaching you how to live. Let your breath follow its rhythm. Inhale as the water expands outward. Exhale as it narrows. Notice how completely the river surrenders to gravity, to movement, to change. You too are invited into this surrender. Whisper inwardly, I allow life to carry me. I release what I cannot control. I soften into the moment as it is. Feel how these words drift through you like a warm tide. Surrender does not mean abandoning responsibility or disengaging from life. It means releasing the illusion that you must manage everything, predict everything, or solve everything alone. It is the deep breath after holding tension for too long, the yes after too many internal no's. In surrender, you begin to recognize that life has its own intelligence, its own timing. You do not need to grasp the steering wheel with white knuckles. You only need to stay present, responsive, and open. Bring to mind something you've been trying to control, an outcome, a relationship, a fear, a decision, a question without an answer. Notice how your body reacts to this thought. Feel the tightness, the weight, the effort. Now imagine placing this burden in a small wooden boat floating on the river. See it resting there gently, not sinking, not drifting away just yet, simply floating. With your next exhale, give the boat permission to move. Watch it begin to drift, downstream, slowly, peacefully, without force. You are not losing the burden. You are releasing your grip on it. You are allowing life to hold it with you, to help you carry it. Notice the lightness that enters your chest when you surrender even a small part of the weight you've held. Now imagine lowering yourself into the river, not plunging in, but easing into the cool water, letting it lift your body. Feel the way the water supports you fully, without asking you to do anything. You float effortlessly, the current guiding you forward. This feeling, buoyancy, support, trust, is the essence of surrender. The river does not take you where you don't belong. It carries you exactly where you need to go. Let yourself rest in that trust. As your body imagines floating, notice how your breath deepens. The more you surrender, the more room the breath has to move freely. The more you let go, the more your heart expands. This expansion is not dramatic. It is subtle, serene, like a flower opening at dawn. Surrender gives the heart permission to stop fighting, to stop bracing for impact, to stop anticipating pain that may never come. Whisper softly within, I trust the unfolding of my life. I let go of forcing outcomes. I surrender to the wisdom of the present moment. Feel these words land like small stones, sinking into a calm lake, creating gentle ripples that soothe the surface. Surrender leads to stillness, not the stillness of inactivity, but the stillness of inner peace. It is the moment when you realize that life continues to move, even when you release your grip, that you can rest without falling behind, that the world remains whole even when you breathe deeply. Let your heart float in the sense of ease. And as surrender deepens, you begin to sense another quality arising quietly from beneath it, a soft, steady trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your path. Trust in life's capacity to hold you, guide you, and reveal what you need in the right time. It is this trust that prepares your heart for the next step on your journey toward inner peace. Let your breath become a gentle guide once more, soft, steady, reassuring. With each inhale, feel a quiet strength rising within you, and with each exhale, sense the unneeded weight falling away. Having surrendered to the flow of life, your heart now rests more openly, more spaciously. And from this spaciousness, a tender yet powerful quality begins to emerge. Trust. Trust is not blind hope, nor is it certainty about the future. It is the quiet confidence that your path, with all its turns and unexpected terrain, is unfolding with purpose, and that you are capable of walking it with wisdom. Begin by bringing awareness to your chest. Notice the subtle warmth there, the sense of settling, as though your heart has been waiting for this moment of reassurance. Trust grows where tension dissolves. Trust grows when the mind releases its grasp on fear. Trust grows when you finally hear the soft whisper inside you saying, "You are doing your best." Let this whisper settle into your breath. Imagine now that you are walking along a forest path at dawn. The air is cool, carrying the scent of pine and earth. The first light of the morning filters through the branches above, casting gentle patterns on the ground. You do not yet see where the path leads, but each step feels steady beneath your feet. There is no rush, no pressure. The path reveals itself only as you walk it, and that is enough. Let your breath mirror this rhythm. Step, step. Inhale, exhale. Trust. As you walk, imagine the forest around you as a reflection of your inner journey. Sometimes the trail widens. Sometimes it narrows. Sometimes it climbs steeply, and sometimes it levels out. Life moves the same way. There are days of clarity, days of confusion, days of lightness, and days of challenge. Trust does not eliminate uncertainty. It allows you to meet uncertainty with calm presence. Notice how your body begins to soften as you welcome this truth. Bring awareness now to the moments in your life when something unexpected guided you in a new direction. Something you feared, resisted, or doubted at first. Perhaps it was a change, a loss, a sudden shift, or a gentle nudge you didn't understand until later. Reflect on how those moments shaped you, how they strengthened you, how they revealed parts of yourself you hadn't seen before. Trust grows from recognizing that even the hardest chapters carried wisdom within them. Whisper inwardly, I trust the timing of my life. I trust my capacity to learn and grow. I trust the path beneath my feet. Let these words move through your body like a warm wind, soothing the places still clinging to doubt. Trust also means recognizing that you do not walk alone. Even when you feel isolated, you are supported by countless forces, teachers you've learned from, friends who have touched your life, strangers who have shown kindness, nature that sustains you, and the quiet strength within yourself that has carried you this far. Feel the presence of this invisible support surrounding you like a soft cloak. Imagine now that the forest path opens to a clearing. Sunlight pours into this open space, filling it with warmth. You step into the light, feeling it warm your face, your shoulders, your heart. This light represents insight, the gentle clarity that arises when trust replaces fear. You do not need to force understanding. Clarity comes on its own when the heart is calm enough to see. Allow this light to melt uncertainty like frost beneath morning sun. Let it illuminate the truth that you are capable of meeting whatever arises. You have met difficulty before and moved through it. You have faced change and learned from it. You have been lost and found your way again. This resilience is evidence of your inner wisdom. Trust it. Trust yourself. Now imagine sitting in this clearing, resting your back against a sturdy tree. Feel the strength of the trunk behind you, supporting you effortlessly. Trees do not rush their growth. They do not panic during storms. They stand rooted, trusting the soil, the rain, the sun, and the seasons. Let this tree become a symbol of your own resilience. Lean into its stability. Feel its quiet wisdom flow into you. As you rest here, notice how peaceful your breath has become, how steady your heart feels. Trust brings a calm that no external circumstance can shake. It softens the mind's frantic searching. It brings relief to the heart's fears. It allows you to live from a place of inner stability rather than constant uncertainty. Trust also opens the doorway to deeper clarity. When fear loosens its grip, wisdom steps forward. The mind becomes clearer, decisions become easier, and intuition becomes stronger. You begin to sense not only the next step, but the direction of your life with more confidence. Trust creates space for insight to bloom. Sit with this sense of calm certainty. Feel it in your breath, in your spine, in the steady beat of your heart. Let it root deep within you, like a seed that will continue to grow long after this moment ends. And as your trust deepens, a new awareness begins to shimmer quietly in the background. An awakening clarity, a gentle illumination rising within you. It is the natural next unfolding of the path, as trust opens the mind to deeper insight and the heart to greater understanding. Let your breath drift into an even slower rhythm, as though each inhale is drawn from a deep and ancient well within you, and each exhale is your body letting go into the soft arms of night. Trust has settled into your spirit like a warm blanket, steady and grounding. And from that trust, something delicate begins to awaken, an inner whisper, a subtle guidance that does not shout, does not demand, and never forces. This is the quiet voice within, the voice of intuition, of inner wisdom, of the knowing that rises not from thought, but from stillness. Begin by feeling the gentle movement of your breath. Notice how, beneath the sound of breathing, there is a deeper quiet, the silence that has been with you all along, beneath your thoughts, beneath your emotions, beneath every shifting experience. This quiet is where the inner voice lives. It does not compete with noise. It simply waits for you to become still enough to hear it. Rest your awareness in this soft silence, like placing a feather on calm water. Now imagine that you are sitting in a serene forest clearing at dusk. The forest around you is alive, but quiet. Winds moving through branches, distant birds calling their final songs of the day. You sit on the cool earth, feeling grounded, supported. As the light fades into twilight, the forest becomes a mirror of your inner world, peaceful, spacious, receptive. In this setting, your intuitive wisdom can rise like a small flame flickering in the dark, gentle, yet unmistakably bright. Bring your attention now to your heart, not as an organ, but as an inner sanctuary. Imagine a warm lantern hanging there, its glow steady and soft. This lantern represents your inner knowing, the part of you that has guided you through difficult decisions, that has whispered truths before your mind could organize them, that has sensed what is right even when logic hesitated. Feel the light of this lantern warming your chest. Let yourself remember a moment in your life when you felt guided by something deeper, when you acted from an instinctive clarity, even if you couldn't explain it. Perhaps it was a sudden insight, a quiet feeling, a gentle pull toward or away from something. That was your inner voice speaking. Trust the memory of that moment. Feel how natural it was to follow that guidance. Your intuition is not a stranger to you. It is an old friend whose voice becomes clearer, the quieter your mind becomes. With every breath, imagine descending a staircase inside yourself, each step leading you deeper into the quiet chamber where intuition lives. The air grows still. The noise of the outer world drifts away. Thoughts soften like clouds dissolving in a blue sky. When you reach the bottom of the staircase, you find a small room bathed in golden light. In this room, your inner wisdom sits patiently, waiting to speak when invited. Ask your heart a gentle question, not one requiring urgency or pressure. Something simple, such as, "What do I most need right now?" Or, "Which direction feels peaceful for me?" Don't search for an answer. Let the answer rise on its own. It may come as a feeling, an image, a memory, a word, or simply warmth in your chest. Trust whatever form it takes. The inner voice speaks in sensations, not arguments. If nothing arises immediately, let that be part of the wisdom too. Silence is also guidance, an invitation to wait, to rest, to soften even further. Sometimes the deepest insights come only when the heart has become fully quiet. Trust that your intuition will speak when the time is right. Now imagine placing your hands gently over your heart, either physically or within your mind. Feel the warmth there. Feel the steady pulse, the soft rise of breath beneath your palms. Whisper inwardly, "I am listening. I trust the wisdom within me. I allow my inner voice to guide me gently." As you hold this intention, imagine the lantern inside your chest glowing brighter, illuminating the space inside you. Its light flows into your thoughts, easing confusion. It flows into your emotions, bringing calm. It flows into your body, melting tension. The more you listen to this inner light, the more it grows, softly, steadily, without force. The quiet voice within is not loud because it does not need to persuade you. It is calm because it speaks from truth, and truth does not rush. It does not pressure. It simply waits for recognition. Allow yourself to rest deeply in this recognition now. Whatever wisdom arises, let it settle gently. Whatever does not arise, let it rest for another time. Feel the safety of knowing that you always carry this inner teacher with you, through every joy, every challenge, every moment of uncertainty. As you breathe into this deep connection with your inner wisdom, you may notice a tender warmth beginning to spread through your heart. A warmth that feels soothing, reassuring, healing. This warmth signals that your intuitive voice is guiding you toward the next stage of your journey. The deep healing that becomes possible when you allow yourself to be fully seen, fully held, and fully restored from within. Let your breath become quieter now, softer than before, as though it is dissolving into the silence around you. In the stillness you have created, through trust, through surrender, through listening deeply, you are finally entering the gentle sanctuary where healing takes place. Healing does not happen through force or intensity. It unfolds in moments of deep rest, when the heart is no longer bracing itself and the mind is no longer fighting its own shadows. Tonight, allow stillness to be the medicine that restores you. Begin by feeling the subtle weight of your body, fully supported beneath you. Notice how the muscles no longer strain to hold anything. Notice how the breath moves through you without any need for direction. This is the moment the body has been waiting for, the moment when it is safe enough to let go, safe enough to soften, safe enough to mend the small fractures and quiet tensions that daily life has left behind. Healing begins with permission, and you are giving yourself that permission now. Imagine now that stillness is a warm, luminous presence, a soft golden mist that gathers around you. It settles gently on your shoulders, melting the echoes of effort and burden. It drifts down your arms, dissolving anything heavy in your hands. It moves across your back, soothing the knots of old tension, like warm sunlight touching cool stone. Let this stillness cover you, blanket you, hold you. As the golden stillness wraps around your heart, notice how it begins to loosen guardedness. The heart, which has spent so long protecting itself, starts to relax in this safe, quiet presence. You may feel a slight expansion in your chest, or a soothing warmth that seems to glow from within. You do not need to do anything to make this happen. You only need to allow it. Allow stillness to seep inward. Allow peace to replace strain. Allow softness to replace resistance. Healing happens beneath consciousness, the way seeds sprout underground long before the first green shoot appears. Stillness provides the fertile soil. In this quiet, the body can repair itself. The mind can release old patterns. The heart can unwind stories it no longer needs. Let stillness be the gentle balm that touches every worry, every ache, every tightly held memory. If thoughts arise, memories, worries, regrets, imagine stillness greeting them with compassion. See the golden mist gently touching each thought and dissolving its edges, softening it until it feels weightless. The mind does not need to be silent for healing to occur. It only needs to stop gripping. Allow your thoughts to float the way fallen leaves drift across a calm lake, present, but without turbulence. Bring your awareness now to your breath again, but notice it differently. Instead of focusing on movement, focus on the stillness between breaths, the moment of quiet after the exhale, the moment of openness before the inhale. These pauses are small doorways to peace, spaces where nothing needs to happen. In those quiet spaces, healing is already at work. Imagine now that you are sitting within a great stone temple, ancient and serene. Light filters in gently through high openings, illuminating floating dust like tiny stars. The air is cool and unmoving. Here, sound rests before it becomes a whisper. Here, time seems to breathe slowly. You sit at the center of this temple, wrapped in the silence that has witnessed centuries. This is what stillness feels like. Vast, sacred, holding you with reverence. Feel how your heart responds to this imagined sanctuary. Your pulse slows. Your breath settles. Even the thoughts that arise seem quieter, softened by the weight of the temple's silence. In this inner sanctuary, healing becomes natural, inevitable. Whisper inwardly, I allow stillness to restore me. I allow my heart to rest. I allow myself to heal. As you repeat these words silently, feel the golden stillness filling the deeper layers of your being. It seeps into forgotten places, the edges of old wounds, the dim corners of neglected emotions, the subtle tensions you've carried for years. Each place, touched by this stillness, begins to warm, to loosen, to release. Healing is not fixing. Healing is allowing. Imagine now that the golden mist begins to glow more brightly, radiating outward from your heart. It flows through your whole body, pooling around your feet, drifting above your head. You become almost weightless, as though resting in a pool of warm light. The more you rest, the more you heal. The more you allow, the more the heart unwinds. And in this deep healing, something quiet and profound begins to awaken. A newfound clarity, a sense of purity, a softness of spirit. You begin to see yourself not through the lens of past struggles, but through the gentle eyes of wisdom. You recognize your own strength, your inherent goodness, your capacity for renewal. This awakening clarity is the natural continuation of healing, like the first breath of morning after a long night of rest. And as your heart continues to rest in stillness, that clarity prepares to guide you into the next stage of your journey, where the spirit awakens fully to its own inner light. Let the breath drift into an even softer rhythm now, as though the night itself is breathing with you. Slow, deep, and endlessly gentle. You have walked through trust, surrender, inner wisdom and healing, and now the world around you grows quiet in response. The sky darkens into a velvet softness, embracing you with its cool, soothing presence. This chapter is a cocoon, a sanctuary, a shelter made of silence and compassion. It holds you the way moonlight holds a sleeping field, without pressure, without expectation, simply with presence. Feel the air around you settle, growing still and warm. Notice how your body naturally relaxes as you tune into this nighttime calm. Your shoulders sink deeper into the surface beneath you. Your hands grow heavy and warm. Your breath slides through your body like a soft river in the dark. You are safe here. You are held. You are allowed to rest completely. Now imagine the night surrounding you as a great, gentle being, soft, expansive, and compassionate. Its darkness is not empty. It is nurturing, like a deep ocean that supports every wave above it. Picture this darkness wrapping around you in long flowing strands of serenity, weaving a cloak of quiet comfort that settles over your entire form. Each strand carries a message of peace. Rest now. You have done enough. You are safe to let go. Let the compassionate night draw close around your heart. Feel it, calming the pulse, slowing the rhythm, steadying the beat. Let your emotions drift like petals on still water, floating, turning, settling gently. Whatever you feel, relief, tenderness, exhaustion, openness, the night receives it all with understanding. There is no judgment here, no urgency, only space. Imagine lying beneath a vast sky filled with stars. They shine not sharply, but softly, like lanterns dimmed for bedtime. Their light does not seek your attention. It merely accompanies you. Feel the soft glow settle across your skin, your breath, your quiet mind. Each star represents a kindness that has touched your life. Small moments of care, comfort, guidance, protection. As you gaze upward within your imagination, you feel each of these kindnesses gathering around you, forming a luminous canopy of compassion. Let yourself breathe more deeply now. The night expands with your inhale and settles with your exhale. Your whole being begins to slip into alignment with this slow, soothing rhythm, your thoughts unwinding, your muscles releasing, your spirit floating in calm awareness. If any lingering tension remains, imagine the night gently smoothing it away, like a mother brushing a child's hair. Every breath draws you deeper into comfort. Allow your mind to wander slowly, softly, without direction. Perhaps it drifts to a peaceful memory, walking near quiet water, sitting beneath a tree, hearing the first rain of the evening. Let that memory unfold like a dream, warm and familiar. Feel how the night blends with it, magnifying its comfort. The more you rest in this calm, the heavier your eyelids feel, as though sleep is beginning to hum in the background. Now bring your awareness to your heart again. Imagine a warm, gentle glow forming there, a small sphere of compassion. It grows brighter with each inhale, softening the edges of your being. This glow is not only for others, it is for you, for the person who has walked so far along this path tonight. Let the compassion expand through your chest, down your arms, across your back, into your belly, along your legs. Every part of you is included. Nothing is forgotten. As compassion fills your body, imagine it also filling the air around you, creating a cocoon of tenderness. The night wraps you in its arms, surrounding you with a sensation so soft it feels like resting inside a warm, gentle cloud. Feel yourself sinking deeper, letting every remaining thread of effort fall away. The world grows hushed, as though it is listening to your breath with reverence. This compassionate calm becomes a bridge between wakefulness and sleep. You stand at the edge of dreams now, held in a place where nothing is required of you. The mind dims like a lantern at the end of a long day. Thoughts drift without forming. Emotions settle without stirring. Your inner world feels smooth and open, like a lake under moonlight. Whisper inwardly, I am safe. I am held. I rest in compassionate calm. Let these words guide your breath, your heartbeat, your mind. Allow your whole being to drift now, floating between awareness and rest, between breath and silence. The night watches over you with infinite patience, ensuring you have all the space you need to soften, to unwind, to surrender fully. And as you rest inside this cocoon of compassion, something even deeper begins to stir, a gentle pull toward the threshold of sleep itself, where your journey settles into pure stillness, preparing you to enter the final stage of release and rest. Let your breath become so soft that it feels like a whisper moving through your body, barely stirring the air around you. You are resting deeply now, wrapped in compassionate calm, and from this sanctuary, a new sensation begins to glow within you. Subtle, luminous, weightless. It is the light of awareness, shining not as brightness, but as a gentle presence. This light does not wake you. It guides you toward the threshold where waking and dreaming meet, where the mind releases its hold and the heart drifts freely. Tonight, you will glide toward that luminous edge, carried by peace. Imagine a small, warm lantern inside your mind, its glow steady, soft, and welcoming. This lantern does not illuminate thoughts. Instead, it illuminates the spaces between thoughts, the quiet intervals where awareness rests. Feel how comforting these small spaces are, how soothing it is to know that awareness is not something you must hold on to. It is simply here, steady and gentle, like a candle flickering in a tranquil night. Let your breath glide through you. Each inhale gathers a little more peace. Each exhale dissolves what remains of the day. You may feel as though you are floating in a slow, gentle tide, your body sinking deeper into rest, your mind drifting lightly above it. This drifting is the natural softening of consciousness. Allow it. Trust it. Let yourself be carried. Now imagine that you are lying on a raft drifting across a quiet lake at night. The water is perfectly still. The sky above is endless, filled with stars that shimmer with soft awareness. The raft rocks gently beneath you, not enough to stir you awake, only enough to remind you that you are being carried. This lake is the landscape of your inner world. The water is your calm mind. The sky is your spacious awareness. And the raft is your resting body, fully supported, fully at ease. Feel the cool night air brushing against your skin. Feel the quiet around you, vast and comforting. Each star above represents a fragment of clarity, a small point of insight glowing peacefully. You don't need to reach for them. You don't need to interpret them. Just rest beneath them, knowing they shine for you. Your body begins to feel lighter now, as though it is sinking and floating at the same time. Thoughts pass like soft ripples across the lake, not disturbing you, not pulling you, simply appearing and fading. The mind no longer tries to grasp them. Awareness holds them gently, like feathers falling onto water. This is the light of awareness. Calm, open, accepting. Let this awareness expand slowly. Feel it spreading from your breath to your chest, from your chest to your shoulders, down your arms, into your hands. Feel it flowing through your spine, warming each vertebra. Feel it sinking through your hips, your legs, your feet. Your entire body is glowing faintly now, wrapped in the soft inner light. You are not trying to be aware. Awareness is simply flowing through you like a warm breeze. Now imagine the raft drifting toward a small veil of mist hovering over the lake. The mist is thin, silver, shimmering. It does not hide anything. It softens everything. This mist is the subtle boundary between wakefulness and sleep. As you approach it, your mind grows quieter. Your body grows heavier. Your breath grows softer still, as though it is being gently drawn into the mist. Allow yourself to drift closer. Feel the mist brushing against your skin like cool silk. It carries no fear, no uncertainty, only calm. As the raft enters the mist, your thoughts begin to dissolve into spaciousness. Your awareness expands into something smoother, softer, more dreamlike. You may sense yourself floating through moonlit clouds or drifting along a river of starlight. Whatever images arise, let them be gentle, let them be soft, let them ripple and fade like dreams beginning to form. In this luminous drifting, awareness becomes light, neither sharp nor demanding. It is the soft glow that allows you to let go of everything without losing yourself. Feel how peaceful this is. Feel how deeply your body responds, relaxing even further, sinking into the surface, beneath you as though merging with it. Nothing is required of you here. Nothing needs solving. Nothing needs remembering. This is a place of pure rest. Whisper inside yourself, I drift into peace. I drift into awareness. I drift into rest. Let these words guide your breath, slow and serene. Now sense the light within you growing warmer, merging with the mist around you. Your awareness becomes spacious, like a lantern floating in a vast night sky. You are no longer separate from the calm. You are the calm. You are the stillness. You are the gentle glow. Let your body fully surrender to the softness, allowing the raft beneath you to dissolve, the lake to fade, the stars to blur into gentle light. You drift effortlessly now, carried by the quiet. And as you float deeper into this radiant resting state, a new sense of warmth begins to rise, an invitation, soft and peaceful, guiding you toward the final embrace of the night. It prepares you for the last step on this journey, where you will gently return to the deepest rest of all, wrapped in the Buddha's enduring wisdom and the calm of your own awakened heart. Let your breath soften into the faintest whisper now. So quiet it feels as though the night itself is breathing with you. You have drifted through awareness, floated through healing, and surrendered into luminous stillness. Now, as you sink deeper into this embrace of peace, imagine a gentle presence drawing near, not approaching with sound or movement, but appearing the way dawn slowly touches the edge of the sky. It is the Buddha's presence, calm and unwavering, radiating a compassion that asks nothing of you except to rest. Feel the warm, subtle glow of this presence settling beside you like a soft shimmer in the air, the way candlelight sits quietly in a dark room. The Buddha does not speak, does not instruct, does not correct. Instead, his presence is a vast field of peace, extending endlessly in every direction. It holds you the way still water holds reflections, tenderly, without conditions. Let your body respond to that presence. Notice your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench, your breath deepen of its own accord. You are safe here, completely and unquestionably. Imagine now that you are lying beneath the Bodhi tree, the same sacred tree under which the Buddha awakened. Its broad leaves move gently with the wind, casting soft shadows that ripple across the ground. Above you, moonlight filters through the canopy, illuminating the world with a pale, serene glow. The air is warm and gentle. The earth beneath you is cool and grounding. In this sacred space, nothing can harm you. Nothing can disturb your rest. The entire world seems to quiet itself, as though bowing to your need for peace. The Buddha sits nearby, not far from where you rest. His posture is steady, relaxed, rooted like the trunk of the Bodhi tree, but it is the energy that surrounds him, effortless, compassionate, boundless, that reaches you first. It touches your mind like a soft hand on your forehead, smoothing out any lingering tension. It touches your heart like a warm cloth placed gently over the skin, dissolving any last threads of worry. Feel his presence steady your breath, ease your thoughts, and cradle your spirit. Let yourself breathe deeply into this moment. If any remaining thoughts drift across your mind, memories, concerns, echoes of the day, imagine the Buddha's compassion dissolving them the way morning sunlight melts frost. Each breath washes them farther away until all that remains is spaciousness. Spaciousness around your thoughts, spaciousness around your heart, spaciousness within your entire being. The Buddha's presence is not an external force. It is a reminder of your own inner wisdom, your own inner calm. Feel that truth settle gently within you. The peace you feel is your own. The stillness you rest in belongs to you. The wisdom that quiets your mind was always inside you. The Buddha is merely reflecting it back to you, like a still pond reflecting the moon. Allow your awareness to soften now. Picture the Bodhi tree's leaves swaying slowly overhead, catching the moonlight in silver flashes. Each leaf seems to whisper, "Rest, rest, rest." You feel the sound not in your ears, but in your heart, as a gentle hum of comfort. Beneath the tree, the earth supports your weight effortlessly. Every part of your body begins to grow heavy. In the arms, in the legs, in the belly, in the chest. This heaviness is not fatigue. It is surrender. It is trust. It is the readiness for deep rest. Imagine the Buddha raising one hand in a gesture of reassurance. A soft glow surrounds his palm, spreading outward in waves of warm light. As the light touches you, feel every last thread of tension, physical, emotional, mental, loosening, uncoiling, dissolving into air. The glow moves through your shoulders, your spine, your hips, your legs, your toes. It moves through your mind, smoothing its edges. It moves through your heart, softening its center. You are not separate from this light. You are immersed in it, floating in a sea of gentle, luminous calm. Whisper inwardly, "I am safe." I am guided. I rest in peace. Let the words drift through your consciousness like falling petals. As you lie beneath the Bodhi tree, the night grows even quieter. The stars above seem farther away, softened by the glow of awareness. The breeze slows. Even the leaves settle, as though nature itself is preparing to sleep beside you. You feel the world exhale around you, slow, warm, peaceful, inviting you to do the same. Your breath becomes velvety smooth. Your body grows heavier, sinking deeper into rest. Your thoughts dim into soft, distant murmurs. The Buddha's presence wraps around you like a warm blanket woven from pure compassion. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to think, nothing left to hold. Allow yourself to drift now, sinking into the deepest layers of rest. Feel sleep gathering like a soft tide around your ankles, rising slowly, lovingly, filling your legs, your belly, your chest, your arms, your mind. The tide lifts you, cradles you, rocks you in silence. You float now in pure stillness, the Buddha's presence hovering like moonlight over water. And as sleep draws you in fully, you feel one final gentle truth settling into your heart. You are held in wisdom. You are held in peace. You are held in love. Now rest deeply, softly, completely, in the Buddha's gentle presence.